Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host Mukluk. Today we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. Welcome. Let's see, looking at the chat right now, the Wawam says, I'm here because I heard there were drops on YouTube and I don't know what they are and how to get them, but I know I want them. Wawams, I'm gonna put a link in the chat right here. So that right there, at the link at the bottom, you click on that and just make sure your drops are enabled and you should earn progress on them as long as you have the stream open. And then after a few hours, you can hit claim on that webpage and they get mailed to you in-game. Link to Twitch. Yeah, you've got to have your Guild Wars 2 link to your Twitch. Yeah, so they know what Guild Wars 2 account earns the drops. I myself got mine. I think they're probably in the mail right here. Yep, there we go. Sunglasses and Hiss emote and Ritualist outfit. I left Iron Maiden's stream open last night before I went to bed, so I got all of them now. Let's see. Me spending over 700 gold on Orax and still not finished, I'm crying. Tankard everyone, wanted to ask, is it possible to the new expansion bringing the LE Summoner spec? Hello Molnar. We've seen a few pictures of the Elementalist with the little Firefox floating next to her. We don't know yet how it works. I'm not sure if it's a summoner or not at this time. We should know more within a week. My dumb brain reading the stream title, what do you mean Guild Wars 2 ends today? Guild Wars 2 ends day? No. So usually on Tuesdays the title is GW2ENDSDAY, and I was just trying to be dumb for Wednesday, and so I made it Guild Wars Twinsday, but I didn't even realize it says Guild Wars 2 ends today. That's funny. Not what I meant, that's funny. Let's see. Welcome, you just need to make sure you know how to count. Good morning, sir. Hi, Bob. Hey, Monkey Chat, hope everyone's good. Thanks for the extra long stream tomorrow. It was fun. Appreciate the overtime. You're very welcome. It was a good day. I'm watching on YouTube, but I have your Twitch open with the tab muted to get the drops too. Hey, if that works for you, sure. It's so weird that you could be streaming but not earn Twitch drops from your own stream. Yeah, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. Because, again, I literally just leave a stream open and go to sleep. So, in the morning, I have them all. So, it is not a big deal. Mug decided quitting Guild Wars 2 wasn't enough. Oh my god. I'm so happy the expansion finally a focus on Asura. Well, the evil Asura. That's not going to make people like us anymore. Mug, are you more or less hyped after the reveal yesterday? I would say I am equally hyped. Because I was super, super hyped to see those elite specs. And they were like, you want those elite specs? Yeah. You want those elite specs? Yeah. You want those elite specs? Yeah. Check this stuff out. Okay, yeah, it's pretty nice. So I am really excited about all the stuff that we got. But at the same time, I'm kind of bitter about how they did the countdown announcement for the stuff that they didn't give us. You know, they're like 15 days till we don't tell you. 13 days till we don't tell you. Tomorrow we're not gonna mucking tell you. Hey, it's the day. We're not telling you. I'm like, what? So, yeah, I'm equally excited because it's like the elite spec thing. I was like, eh. And then everything else was like, and so it kind of evened it out. They kind of equaled out. You're not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Yeah, like, you said, like, compared to before, so, yeah, compared to the day before. Let's see, is there a good place for a new or returning player to find a good guild or community to join? You're welcome to join ours if you want to, otherwise, it just depends on what you're trying to get into. If you're interested in ours, there's a link to our Discord where we do the guild invites there if you want. Typical ANET marketing out. Yeah, like, it's the kind of thing that, like, I wish I had control over it for a day. Like, if they weren't going to announce, like, at least a vague, you know, bit of what the elite specs were yesterday, they should not have had the elite spec icons counting down to that day. Like, that was severely misleading. You know, the day before, they had, like, the bingo card of which icon is which spec. And it's like, okay, maybe you didn't specifically say, but you heavily implied, you know? So, either, like, you know, talk about, like, just a brief coverage of what each spec is on that day, and then be like, more details next week, Or don't flip and do that countdown thing with the elite spec icons. Do the countdown with other teasers, you know? Would be cool if they started the countdown today and then reveal all of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I am super excited for the new expansion stuff. Some of those features look freaking awesome. But at the same time, yeah, I'm not thrilled about how they handled that. Have you already seen the colored logo? You know, yesterday, it's super late at night, I had not seen it. This morning, someone sent it to me. They posted it in the Discord I'm in, and I saw it by accident. And I'm kind of peeved about that. Because that was a leak, and I wish they hadn't posted it, and I wish I hadn't seen it. But I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I'm going to, you know, it's out there if you want. What logo? The class icons, apparently someone, I assume at ArenaNet, I don't know how else they would have had it, accidentally uploaded them, to the wiki, and then, they were taken down. So, basically, we know which icon goes to which class. So, it was a accidental leak. But it's, of course, it spread like wildfire, because, you know, internet. Let's see, okay. Boop, 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 boop. Lion's Arch. Someone sent me the links. It's on the Reddit. It's on the subreddit, if you want it. I wonder what percentage of Asura population is Inquest, because it seems like a lot. I think the residents of Radasum are outnumbered. Radasum is the rebel faction. The rebel faction. I like Wildfire. Best Ben 10 Alien Force Alien. I remember Heat Blast. Who's Wildfire? Out of bandit keys. I still can't access the world map from here. I think it was intentional. I don't know. My guess is accidental, but I do not honestly know. Mike, can we see the new expansion Skimmer skin up close, please? Sure. Hello. Hello, what's up, iWatch? This is the new one. It's a weird jellyfish thing. And it's got a ooh-woo face on it. It's a jelly boy, yeah. Can we also see the new fairy tools? I guess? I need to find a tree or something. Mike, is the promo code already applied or I need to put a key in? If you're using my link, then all you have to do is use the URL and then buy whatever you want from the store. It's a cookie system. So as long as you use my link to get to the store, it should work. Let's see. I'm looking for a tree or a rock to mine. Guys, look at me! I'm so curvy! No mounts allowed there. Oh, this is off to a great start. Let's go over there. Alright, there's one. I see one. Alright, so the fairy tools... actually, wait, are they equipped in this loadout? Yeah, they are. Okay. Alright, so the fairy tools, you just point at whatever, and the fairy comes down and just annihilates it. That's it. So if it's a tree or a crop, it does the same thing. It just, like, orbits around it and harvests it. Since they're working on Skimmer like they do with Skyscale, what do you think they'll be adding to Skimmer? I don't know. I don't think the Skimmer needs it. The Skimmer is like, if you're in water, like, obviously not flying above it on a griffin, but if you're in water, the Skimmer is the fastest way to get around, both, like, on the surface of the water and under the water. So it's already faster than the boat, unless you have, like, a full boat full of people. And it's faster than the turtle, which you can use in the water, but it's, you know, super slow. I don't know what they're getting. Like, we saw they're giving it blasters. I don't know why, but they are. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Springer needed a makeover more than the Skimmer, because the Springer is, like, the only mount I will 100% like, never use. It was entirely replaced. Underwater combat, I guess. The thing is, okay, this is just a personal thing, right? I am not a huge fan of the fireball skill that they gave the sky skill, because that resulted in so many metas where people are just sitting on sky scales the entire time and occasionally spitting a fireball. And also, like, I do not like...
Look what I found.
I do not really like metas where there's like 1,000 people on sky scales and it's just like a big cloud of beating wings. It looks like I'm getting Skittles thrown in my eyes. I'm hoping this doesn't turn out to be the same thing. Like, I don't want to see a meta in the new map where there's just 1,000 people on skimmers all firing lasers. You know? It's laggy. I don't really want that. Now, maybe that's not going to happen at all, but we'll see. Like, I'm hoping the new meta doesn't have some wall that requires 37 skimmers blasting it to break it. But we'll see what happens. You can use turtles on water. You can use turtles in water. Hang on a sec, I'm near water right now. Alright, so, turtle, water. He can go in water, but he sinks. Now, you can just walk along the bottom. You can use the jump jets to move a little bit. But it's just a big slow boy. But if you compare that to this, or if you're above the water, it's faster. What add-on do you use to that mount interface? Blish HUD, mounts, and more. Hang on a sec. Is it mount? There we go. Actually, no, that's not it. Okay, hang on. Let me just do the Blish link. Alright, so that last link with Blish in it is the one that has the Blish HUD stuff. Is this the new Skimmer skin? Yes. Anyone else hoping one of the QOL features is the ability to turn off other players' skill effects? Maybe that would help with lag and eventually making mechanics visible. Would be nice. Yeah. Like, there is a way to turn down other players' stuff. However, there's been a few instances in the past where that also disabled being able to see the boss. And, of course, you don't want to turn the boss off. So it just depends. Alright, I think I've already farmed the guild halls today, but I'm gonna double check. Hey, Jaquarius, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate that. Hey, Muck, I need a tip. Which Legi should I go first? New Mace or Legi Spear? Which legendary should I go first? New Mace or Legi Spear? If you're talking about making Clobjorn or Klobjarni, that one is really easy. Like, among legendaries, that's really easy to make. Like, there's no legendary in the game I've made more than one of, except Klobjarni, and I've made 4 of that. Because it was just so easy to crank them out. So, if you're talking about, like, should I make one of those, and that's one of the options, it's very easy. So, if you're interested in doing that, it's quite easy to do so. Aurine Legi Spear win. No clue. We didn't have land spears at that time, so it was still considered an underwater weapon then. It's easy. Yeah, so again, I'm comparing it to other legendaries. I want to be crystal clear here. I'm not comparing it to just, you know, I don't know. I'm not comparing it to a non-legendary project here. Compared to other legendaries, making Clobjorn is super simple. Like, I cranked out 4 of them, like, a week or 2 apart. And then I just sold a couple for money. Like, a lot of the stuff in here, you know, it's just, like, play Janthier Wilds. Like, if you're just playing Janthier Wilds stuff, this isn't difficult. Like, the gift of, let's see. Like, the gift of the zones. This is like, just take a character that hasn't done Janthier and do map comp. It takes like an hour. And then See, what do we got here? The shards, you know, you can get these yourself or just buy them from other players. Same with these, you could get them yourself or just buy them. You know, condensed magic, you know, clovers, like, none of this is that complex. But, like, the overall amount of time it took me to make this, like, it took me way, way less than making, like, a Gen 1 from scratch. How many hours a week does Buck play this game? So, in a normal week, maybe, like, I play it a lot on Tuesday, and then, like, 10 minutes a day on the other days. On, you know, weeks like this, which is, like, you know, there's, like, the Twitch drop campaign going on, I'm playing it more, because it's good business. Can you show me the effect of the fairy dust gathering tools? I just did! Hang on, let me find another tree. I want to try ranger build with Selly gear similar to Scourge the Forbidden One. Any tip? Skorag the Forbidden One? Okay, there's one. Alright. Windshark, pay attention. Alright, so you go up to whatever. He just points at it. The fairy comes down and just, like, orbits around the thing and annihilates it. That's it. It looks like that for all of them. A Selly gear build similar to Skorag the Forbidden. I don't know what Scourge the Forbidden One is. He's gonna deforest the whole map, yeah. Just click preview on the tool. Honestly, that's not a great way to do it. Hold on a sec. Like... Actually, for this tool, that might be okay. But see, it doesn't show the particle effects. So even this is incomplete. I've never seen a gathering tool where the preview animation is complete. This one, it's not showing the green particle effects. Like, look. See what I mean? I don't know why, but I've never seen, like, you know, this one doesn't show the actual scythe animation. This one, that one's okay. This one, there's supposed to be, like, a beam firing toward it. Yeah, there's... Yeah, yeah, so here the beam is coming from underground. Like, I don't know, it's just the previews for gathering tools always seem, like, off. I'm not sure why. Do the tools come with glyph selection? Yes. Yeah, the tools do indeed come with a glyph selection. You get 3 boxes of pick whatever you want. They don't show particles or gathering tools, maybe performance reasons. Maybe, I don't know. Me and a friend are looking for a guild for the tavern buff. Any tips on finding guilds? You're welcome to use ours if you want. We do guild invites via the Discord, but there is a link to it if you are interested. We need an underwater map. I enjoy underwater content. I don't know how much of the player base agrees with me on that, but I like it. How often do you guys do fractals? Whenever I'm in the mood. Let's see, what are the fractal dailies right now? Let's go take a look. My mech doesn't enjoy underwater combat? No, most mechs don't. Most mechs do not enjoy underwater combat. Cliffside, Twilight Oasis, and Chaos. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see. Let's do that. Oh wait, no, not squad, not squad. Oh, hang on. There we go. Underwater combat's yucky? No, I think that's pretty good. In your opinion, which glyph should I choose on new tools since I got volatility in my homestead and volatility in my boxes? Honestly, you've got the best ones. I don't know what you're going to do with second best or the third best, you know? So I would just honestly just save the boxes in your bank until there comes a time when you need another set of glyphs for another character or something. Morning all, how are we doing? What's up, Lickton? The issue is they haven't touched underwater, and we are lucky we have a mini elite that work underwater as we do. I just downloaded and bought the game. I'm thinking Mesmer, is that a good class? Hey, Retox, welcome. There honestly is no bad class. So, truly pick the class that you think appeals to you the most. There is, like, there are builds that work at endgame for every single class. So it really just depends on how do you want to play. So if Mesmer looks cool to you, try it. I've been playing off and on for a decade. I still don't understand fractals and strike missions. Fractals are simply a fancy name for dungeons. They're 5-man content. That's it. But what they do is, if you look at this is the list of fractals. So it's like, here's volcanic, right? But then there's volcanic again. It's the exact same map, but it's just a little bit tougher. The damage of the monsters is a little bit higher. So, you know, and then you go through all of them. So there's fractal 1 all the way to 100. But some of them are in here, you know, multiple times. And it's tougher. It's like there's volcanic again at 92. Then there's a few here at the end that have challenge modes if you wish, and you can turn on challenge mode to make it higher risk, higher rewards. Devs posted a new class. PBS.twimig? Yeah, I'm not clicking that. I don't know what that is. Monk of Missing Monsters of 5 minutes. And the marked fractals of the dailies. The ones with the little purple thing are the dailies, and you get like 10 times the amount of money for doing those. Oh, and then strikes. Strikes are like raids. They're 10-man content, but there's no trash mobs. It's literally, you walk in the door, there's a boss, you kill it, you either die or you kill it, and then you leave. So it's like, get in, kill boss, get out. It's super fast, it's puggable, they're easier than raids are, so, and that's it, that's strike missions. So, yeah, strike missions is like baby raid, and fractals are more advanced dungeons. Also, fractals have, if you see like the pop-up thing, there's instabilities. Instabilities are kind of just like, there's a pool of like, I don't know, 30 different modifiers. And each day it picks some and puts them on the fractals just to try to keep it interesting. So like for today, low, if your health gets low, your movement speed gets slower. Enemies leave a path of poison behind them. Each boon reduces your max health, but outgoing boon duration is increased. So those are the things that are affecting this fractal today. That's it. It's not terribly complicated. Like, the first time I ever heard of you was because I happened to do a fractal with you, and I looked up your Twitch after. Yeah. Yeah, my character's name in-game is MuklukYoutube, so it was easy advertising back when I had 0 viewers. How's your luck today, Muck? What's up, Kate? I'm good. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a group for fractals. Let's see, looking for group. Where do they put fractals? Hold on a sec. Oh, I gotta scroll further down, that's why. I'm blind. Let's see, master, T4 plus Rex, boon heal, Rex. Let's see. Advertise group. T4 dailies. There we go. Let's see what we get. That was fast. Okay. Let's see. High quick DPS. Alright, if no flame is gonna do quick DPS, alright, I'll A heal. No flam Q DPS. Alright, so he wants a lack. So I need a lack heal, so we're gonna swap to Druid. Stream Sniper's not as fun. And the next thing is I just need to make sure they all have enough agony resist. Alright, so we'll start at Twilight Oasis. That's a fun one. That's the one where we replay a chunk of the story where Joko kills us. And then we're zombies. Morning, Mike. Hi, Sethra.
There you are. We've started with
I'm human.
I trust you'll enjoy the reunion.
That reminds me, I've got the Ritualist outfit now because of the,
By helping track these dogs, solidify your loyalty, spearhead these.
Sec. I got the Ritualist outfit now because of the drops.
Regency that define me is certain death. Drown these streets.
Why are you running fast stuff? So this group is pretty familiar with this one. The first mob in this fractal you have to kill is this guy with the symbol above his head.
Come to your senses. Help us stop the slaughter. Help us stop Joker.
Cadaver hurts my eyes.
What have you become?
Anyway,
We are not your enemy.
you're somewhere in a may not want to do in the past. Remember, say you're more oppressed by hunters, broken by Joker. Just do what's waiting.
So much talking.
My powers of perception are confirmed.
Then we run down here and start fighting this lady.
This looks challenging.
Sun spears.
Hey, look, it's the Tree of Birds. How are you today?
Hi, Bertree.
Get to killing.
There can be no mercy for traitors.
Alright.
Go back! Defend the temple!
So that's scripted. At this point in the story, she kicks your butt, and then Joko resurrects you.
Ah, my rebel son.
Healer fail? No.
Your deaths are disappointing and untimely. I had such plans for you.
Halt all movement. Experiment in.
Oh my god, that's so troll! The fractal laser nailed us the microsecond we got up.
Show your friends no mercy.
Wait, what? I have never seen people take this path.
King, by opening the throats of the sun spheres, shielding that temple.
On me! To the rooftops! I don't know who you are, traitors, but you deserve your death.
Horik, unleash the cannons.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright, this one I know. Oh. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it on the first try, but I know it.
You trust the
There we
word
go.
of the deceiver Joko? Fools. Dead fools.
Lift of the stars, just get that dead guy up. Nice to know I'm not the only one making mistakes.
Stand your ground, sun spears! Just a little longer!
What's the goal here? Basically, after you die and Joko makes you a zombie, you run around and you pick off these key NPCs. And just, yeah, this has been out for a long time, so a lot of the veterans know, like, some paths where you can jump over buildings just to get to them faster, which is what we were just doing. And now we're at the final boss. So there's a lot of unessential NPCs in here you can fight if you want, or you can just skip them.
3 years. Wow.
I'll kill you again, traitors! Nissa banished you!
Got the real one marked.
Mother of illusion, grant me your strength!
And then we go over here and jump up here and pick off this person. The lore here is kind of interesting. We've got this NPC that's getting blessings from a ton of different gods. And she calls to each of them for help. One by one. So she just gave up on being a Mesmer, and now she's an Earth Elementalist. And then we go over here and we kill the person channeling the Earth stuff. Now she's got lightning. I am connected to EU. Might need to jump a second earlier. Because I was airborne on my screen, but still got stunned. Okay, now she's channeling, I think, Grinth, the Necromancer. So she's got Necro abilities now.
Halt all movement. Experiment.
And then that's a fractal instability going off right there. Now she's fire. Oh my gosh. The tail. Oh my gosh, the shockwave. So much stun. There we go.
Your pathetic gods offer no protection, Amala. Now.
Morning, Mug Chat. Hi, Blue Belt. Mug, she's a dervish. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm laughing because there's people in all three chats that are currently spamming that. But clearly dervishes are terrible. That lady channeled like 5 different gods and still lost, so that's why they're not bringing him back. That was the reason I'm iffy doing fractals. I mean, Muhuyo, that was a, like... This is Fractal 88. Like, you would start on Fractal 1.
Love me some Mukluk.
You don't belong here. Get out now. You should know that I have a fully charged diaphanous diffraction randomizer.
Which I will use if you continue to meddle in my affairs.
And I will also add this group is pretty try-hard. Like, the damage of this group is really freaking high. They know all the skips as far as I can tell. They're invising past mobs. Like, this is a group that has got people in it that has done this a lot.
Someone already in there ahead of you? Now's not a good time to chat. That's enough of her.
I am in combat. I can't use the instability.
No more outside help for you. Give up yet? Your efforts are only helping me to eventually defeat you.
I'm analyzing your
Does Miss Mung accidentally call you Muck or Muck sometimes? No, that's never happened. Called my son Chat on 2 separate occasions, but wife has never called me Muck.
Let's just eliminate that last golem and strengthen the next assault instead.
Do you have an add-on video? If you do exclamation add-ons, I've got a ton of them. Is your son a tier 1 sub? The thing is, here's the thing. Like, when I am talking to my kid, I'm trying to, like, you know, get something through his head. I'm like, hey, pay attention, you know? Like, I would say talking to you guys feels more like parenting than actual parenting. Like, think about during this stream. Someone asked me, can you show me what the fairy tools look like? 3 times in 4 minutes, right? Like, I repeat the same stuff to you guys more often than I do to a child, okay? So, it's like, when my kid is really, really not listening, sometimes I have to suppress the urge to call him chat, because that is the more childish thing in my life. Are you proud of me, Dad? Don't call me that. So it's like when my kids are really acting up, he gets demoted to chat. But no, I called him it twice and it was an accident, straight up.
Your interference is threatening all the progress I've made in here.
Toki so.
Sure is getting cold and dark, isn't it?
Y'all remember that video where the tentacles were all like raving? There was like a bug and all the tentacle skins had like the rave effect.
Oh no, you don't. There. Was she always this stubborn? Allow me to demonstrate that I'm the one in control here.
Don't stand on the active grid and short out your shield!
Yeah.
Ah.
Looks like my
Support is required here. Sending in some backup.
doing all of my hard work.
Alright, that one's done.
But it seems my deed.
Do you have any nieces and nephews? And if so, do they think your stream is cool? I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings. My wife has one sibling, and she has a kid, so I have one nephew through her. And I haven't seen him in years. Like, we don't live anywhere near each other. They're like an hour or 2 drive away. So, I mean, I have no idea what he thinks. It's been too long. It's been too long. I don't know what's going through his head now. Do you think the next X-Pack will be pirate themed? Judging from the trailer, no, but they could change that. Mark, how your spirit can res 10 people like you said? Spirit of Nature? Spirit of Nature resurrects 5 people. Like, you spawn it and it does a slam on the ground and it resurrects 5 people. But then there's a trait. There's a trait that will make your spirits do whatever they do twice. So if you have that trait, then it resurrects 5 and then it slams again and resurrects 5 more. So it becomes a 10-man res. So in my... excuse me. In my heal and tamed build, I have that trait.
Skyhammer calibrated to red.
Test subjects may experience dizziness, confusion, and death.
So for anyone who hasn't seen this one, there's a giant here. That was his calf. And we are trying to free him. Muck, when are you trying the Berserker build that doesn't cause carpal tunnel? I forgot it. I'll be honest, okay? Berserker does not appeal to me. So trying another Berserker build is really low on my list of things to do. So like one of these days, I'll take a deep breath and I'll be like, all right, let's get this over with. And then I'll try it. Why is the invite to the Discord showing invalid? One sec. It works just fine. Just you put the link into a browser. Where are we at? We're at the waistline at this point. Hey, Mike Chat. Hi, Crimson. Question, if you wanted to start working towards legendary gear and had limited time, like 1 hour a day, which content would you recommend doing daily to get a legendary eventually? Okay, so if you're just trying to get money, then the exclamation mark daily video is what I would do with that time. And then you can use the money to buy like a Gen 1 legendary. If you are trying to work on a project that's not tradable, such as like Season of the Dragons or something, then in that case you would need to like, you know, pull up the list of what's required for that and do, you know, a little bit of that each day. Because Season of the Dragons isn't about getting like money, it's about like getting, you know, doing a certain amount of tasks.
Skyhammer calibrated to red. Test subjects may experience dizziness, confusion, and death.
Oh my god. This group is honestly so good that it's kind of annoying. Like, I'm struggling to have a conversation with chat and keep up with them because they're running so far ahead at all times. How come Asura is the best race? I'm not going to say they're the best race. I'm just going to say I enjoy playing them the most because they got funny animations. I thought they had already disabled that. So just follow the hammer person. Group is putting Muck out of a job healing. No, I'm definitely not feeling useless here. They're taking damage. I'm just saying, most groups I can like look away and chat with you guys more, but this one it's like, oh man, if I blink, these guys are gonna run ahead so much, they're gonna be in danger. I gotta keep up with them. But that's how it feels. Literally never seen the cage mechanic. He occasionally will take someone and port them in the cage, and they have to attack the wall to break out. Oh, like that. Wow, I got it twice in a row. And you just do some attacks here. Now, because I'm the healer, my hit points, or sorry, my damage output is rather low, so I would say almost anyone else in the group other than me would take less time to break out of it than me. He's free! Alright. Just do more damage? Yeah. Alright, that's dailies. Alright, cool. Thanks, guys. Alright. That was stressful. Let's see. You didn't wait to bow to the big homie? I've already got the achievement. I've already bowed to him. No Rex. No. The one, it just said dailies when I put it in the group finder. And two, that group stressed me out of my mind. I didn't want to do more. Too fast? Yes. Yeah. Like, there was constantly someone a mile ahead of me with 25% health. And I was just like, oh my god. It's just like, it's wrangling kids at the toy store. Yeah, that's exactly it. It was like, I was the parent at the toy store, and the kids kept running ahead and breaking crap. And I was just like, god freaking damn it. And I was just like chasing them, trying to put out fires the whole time. You getting rusty, old man? Sure. What happens is he places the orange field on the ground. When it goes off, it can port you into a cage. I guess that's what happened. Let's see. I asked about pirates because new skimmer skin, new skimmer mastery line, legendary aqua breather, Margaret the Sly Descendant, can't remember her name, being beside the Asura in the trailer, along with Castaway style outfit and Desert Island against strong Pirates of the Caribbean feeling from the trailer. I mean, it's possible. Like you said, they've got a lot of the elements there. They could easily do like a pirate thing, but I just wasn't getting like a pirate vibe when I watched it. Let's see. Admuck, you have everything in the game. I struggle to understand why you still play it, because you stream it or because you actually love it. It's both. I do very much enjoy Guild Wars 2. It's, okay. Hang on. Command and Conquer. When I was a kid, I played Command and Conquer. There was no get everything in the game. It was just you play it until you were sick of it. And I played it for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Alright, so yes, I do have all the items in the game, but that doesn't stop me from continuing to play a game that I find fun, right? Now, on certain days I'll find different things fun. On some days I'll want to do PvP, on some days Fractals, on some days Strength, some days I won't want to play Guild Wars 2, you know? It just depends on the day. But I still find it fun, I still get enjoyment out of it, and we've got, you know, as a streamer, got a huge community of people that enjoy this game, and it's fun hanging out with them. You know, it's kind of like going out and hanging out with friends and, you know, they want to play pool and you're like, okay, I'm not really into doing pool today, but I want to hang out with my friends, so I'll do it. You know, just, it's a compromise. So it depends on the day. Right now, I'm pretty hyped for the game because of all the new expansion stuff. And as a streamer, it's, you know, really good, you know, time to be doing this as well. That is also a thing. So, you know, I have had times where I got burned out. You know, the first few years I streamed this, I did only Guild Wars 2 every single day, 7 days a week. And I got burned out on it after a couple years. It took like 3 years before I hit burnout. So then I cut back to doing it less days a week and doing other games as well. Right now we're in the middle of a playthrough of Spider-Man 2 and Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. But, you know, because of the drops, we're focusing just on Guild Wars 2 until the drops campaign is over. So, yeah, there's some days that, you know, I just don't feel like playing Guild Wars 2, but today is not one of those days. Muck, what in your opinion are the 3 upcoming legendary weapons and why has tried it? I can only imagine it's the underwater ones, right? If they're just picking 3, I really assume it's going to be Spear, Trident, and Harpoon Gun. The legendary weapons that have the least amount of legendaries in the game. Let's see. Thank you for the answer. You're awesome. Sure. Yeah, I've had days where I got burned out on, like, a specific game, but I've never really gotten burned out on streaming. So, typically, like, on the days... Like, if there is a day where I'm like, you know, I don't feel like playing Guild Wars 2 today, then yeah, on that day I'll just play a different game. What do you think is the easiest legendary to craft? Season of the Dragon's Amulet. It's free. It's just doing some achievements, and then it gives it to you. If you mean weapon, then Klob Jarny, the one from Janthier, the spear. It's only 2 legendary weapons? Okay. Then Trident and Harpoon Gun. There's only 1 Trident legendary, 1 Harpoon Gun legendary in the game. There's 2 spears, and there's between 3 and 5 of everything else. Klob Jarny is easy to make. Klob Jarny or Klobjorn, I have only made 1 of each legendary thing I've made in the game. I made 4 of that. Because it was so easy, I just made more and sold them. If, as long as you're just playing in Janthier, it's really, really easy to make. Compared to any other legendary. Obviously, you know, someone who's never made a legendary before might still see it as a big project. What would you recommend to go after as a first Legi armor set? There's 4 types of Legi armor. PvP, World v World, Raiding, and Open World. If you're already doing any of those things, then just getting the legendary armor from that is great, because it doesn't feel like work, you know? Like, if you already enjoy doing PvP, spending the tokens you earn to get legendary armor doesn't feel like work, it just feels like a reward for doing what you're already doing. But if you're making yourself do an activity that you don't enjoy just to get the Legi armor, then it's going to feel like work. And then it's like, okay, well, at that point, let's look at what takes the least amount of time. The Obsidian open world stuff takes a lot of time, but you can work on it solo anytime you wish. The World v World stuff takes a lot of time. The PvP stuff takes kind of an in-between amount of time, but it will be faster if you're winning and slower if you're losing. So depending on how good you are at PvP will affect how fast it takes. The raiding one is the fastest, because you can, like, for example, if you get in a solid group, you can clear all the raids one evening each week. So, like, let's just say every Monday you do raiding, and then you're making progress toward that Legi armor, and you don't even have to work on it the other 6 days of the week. But it requires a group of 9 other people that, you know, are also working on it. So, Legi raid armor, you know, requires a raid team, but it is the fastest one to get done if you've got that raid team. Mug, if I pre-ordered Deluxe Edition on Visions of Eternity on the ANET website using your support link, will I be able to claim the rewards and play the expansion when I launch the game via Steam? No, I'm glad you asked. No, if you play on Steam, you have to buy it on Steam. If you play on Epic, you have to buy it on Epic. If you play the standalone client, then you buy from the ArenaNet website or in-game. But if my referral link is only for the standalone client. I wish I had one for the others as well, but I don't. I didn't know Aqua Breathers had weight class. Aqua Breathers? Aqua Breather... Yeah, my Aqua Breather says medium, so yes, they do have weight classes. Is there a way to make a Steam account and ArenaNet account? No. No, they have specifically said you cannot make a Steam account become a non-Steam account, and you cannot make a non-Steam account become a Steam account. Whatever you make it on is what it is. And part of that is probably due to contract with Steam. Because if you think about it, anytime you make a purchase for your Steam account, Steam is taking a cut of that. Steam isn't going to want to let that go. And the same goes to the standalone clients. Anytime you purchase something to the standalone client, 100% of it goes to ArenaNet and none of it goes to Steam. And they're not going to want to let that go. So both companies are not going to want you to just bounce back and forth between it and lose their cut. Do you need an Ascended water breather for Fractals? No. Most max level people I run into are still using the rebreather from like level 8. No, I mean, I got a max level rebreather, but no, you don't have to have one. Monk, is the Ultimate Bundle not available for Steam? From what I have seen, because I looked at it, Steam only... Hold on, I think I have it open in another tab here. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. So Steam has the base, the standard, but it doesn't have the others. I think if you buy the standard on Steam, you might be able to get the digital deluxe edition in-game with gems, but I don't know if you can get Ultimate in gems. I don't know if you can get Ultimate in-game after you get the Steam one. You can, I just did it. You can. That's so weird. So you buy gems, then you use them to buy ulti and... Oh, wait, I meant deluxe. Okay, I was gonna say, because buying gems to buy ulti to get more gems sounds like some insurance fraud or something. Okay, so deluxe. All right, so if you buy the Steam one with money, and then in-game you can get the digital deluxe with gems, which then ArenaNet would... Well, I don't know. I don't know why they did that, because if you have to buy the gems through Steam... I guess that would allow you the opportunity to buy some of it with gold. So that's kind of cool. Do they still not have the video here? Hold on, refresh. Hang on. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. One sec. Let's see. Feedback. The Steam page doesn't have your new trailer on it, if it should. Most of the others have a video attached. Okay. There, I just told ArenaNet that there's no video here. I'm not sure if they mean to. Okay. The artwork is gorgeous. Yeah, it is. It is. They did a good job with that. Can you not put gem codes in for Steam? Can you not put gem codes in for Steam? It depends. It depends. Like, for example, whenever I get gem codes from ArenaNet for the giveaways I do sometimes on Twitter, they specifically tell me these only work for the standalone client. So I would assume when a gem code is generated, at that moment it's generated, it is determined whether or not it works for either Steam or Epic or standalone client. So I, like, if you were going to get it for the others, then I guess, you know, that'd be a thing. That'd be a different thing. This has been bugging me for quite some time. What's the icon on your taskbar from Sticky Notes? It's literally a note on another monitor that has just a bunch of little ideas that I have and I write down. So if I, like, get an idea, I just, like, write it on there real quick, and then later I might do something with it. That's it. I'm just using it like an actual sticky note. I see the trailer and the featured feed when clicking the game in my library, but not in the store. To the left of sticky notes. Oh, that's a Stream Deck. So Stream Deck has, here. All right, I'm gonna teach you guys something, one sec. Okay, so Stream Deck has this program right here. Now that is connected to this device here. And this device is how I change scenes or turn things on and off and stuff like that. So for example, like if I click this button, it goes to this scene. But if I click this button, it goes back to the game. Stuff like that. It's all just stuff related to streaming. So like there's like, you know, the cat bed, the thing, the big cat bed, turn the green screen on and off, you go back to focusing on the game, you do the dancing thing, just yada yada yada, just any little buttons there. I've also got buttons here for commands, so like someone asks, what's your YouTube? I hit this. What's your Patreon? I hit this. Like it just puts those commands like right into the chat. Stuff like that. Very, very handy for someone like me. The thing is, I always launch yours too from Steam, and my expansions are through Steam, so I just want to make sure I can launch everything from one place. Is that a clean desk? Did the shaming work? No, the camera angle was just better that day. Nice, I should have research, not worry about Legend coming out. Little nuggets like that are nice to have. Like others point out also, there's Living World Season 3, Ascendant Aqua Breather, which requires winter berries. Yeah, that's where I got my rebreathers, is Bitter Frost, the merchant there that sells them. Yep. Alright. Okay. Done with the fractals. What next? Let's see what's going on. Put on your wizard hat? Okay. Muck, who's working on the design for the future plushie? Someone at Makeship. I don't know their name currently. Last time I talked to someone over there named Josh, and he was like a middleman between me and the person working on it. But at this time, I haven't yet gotten any notification yet. Dungeons or strikes? I did strikes after reset yesterday, so I'm still on cooldown from strikes. I'm not going to get anything. Don't really feel like dungeons. Drakkar is up right now. I can see if Drakkar is going on. Might be people doing that. Didn't you need to give them concept art? Yeah, I already gave them everything for them to get started. Since Aqua Breather has different weight classes, does that mean we need to craft 3 for the upcoming legendary? Maybe. There might be medium, light, and heavy, yeah. Unless they change that. Let's see. Icebird Saga, Biora, Drekker. Let's see if they're still doing it. What's the new plushie going to be? The channel icon. The guy, the little minion that is holding up the potion bottle. It's him looking real smug. I waited like almost 2 months since the last plushie campaign finished, because I kept hoping any day now ArenaNet will respond to my email about permission to do another one with their characters. And, you know, waiting. So finally I was like, alright, I'm going to do the one other character I can do that doesn't require their permission, which is the little minion. And that's where we're at right now. So waiting on that, you know, waiting on ArenaNet for permission to do more in, you know, their type of ideas, and waiting on Makeship currently, who is working on the minion. Thought I jumped over that. Can you do in-game character but not call them Char or Sura? Okay, so technically, I probably could. However, ArenaNet is really good to me, and I do not want to do something that would possibly give them a bad opinion of me, you know? So, like, legally, I could probably be, like, tiny goblin-looking creature with big pointy hat, you know? However, I don't want to just, like, you know, legally cheese my way into making an Asura of a plushie and then have them have a bad opinion of me after. So I'd rather just do it the right way and then continue to have a good relationship with them. But yeah, legally, I probably could make a Char plushie and just call it Weird Cat Guy. Does anyone else have trouble doing the adventure guides? They aren't progressing? I haven't tried recently, so I can't really say. The legally distinct gremlin gnome with wizard hat plushie. Yeah. Most fun / OP class guys want to start yours too. What's up, Rash? Most fun is going to be based on the individual. My favorite is Ranger. Most OP, I don't know that there is a most OP. That might depend on the type of game mode you're trying to do. I come from other MMOs, but I'm going to start, and I like offhand shields. In group-based PvE, is there any viable builds that use shields like their aesthetics?
Keep them busy just a little longer.
Chronomancer is a type of mesmer that uses shield, and they can fire a lot of supportive magic out of the shield. They can. I don't really... Let's see. Warrior, Revenant, and Guardian all can use shield, but off the top of my head, I don't know of any PvE builds that utilize it much. Chat, if you main those classes, give me your input as well. Mechanist? Yeah, Mechanist can. Mechanist is a type of engineer that can utilize the shield.
Easy.
Why do you continue to pursue Drakkar?
A lack heal Mechanist too, yep.
You've won.
What do you recommend to take from the Wizard's Vault?
Free to leave.
The Ascended gear if you need it. If you need your first Ascended gear, that's good. Legendary weapon kit, if you plan to finish it. Like, if you don't finish it, it's worthless. But if you plan to finish it, this is like half the cost of a legendary. Essentially, the legendary kit is like an unfinished Lego. Alright, we're gonna do an AoE res here. That's gonna get 3 people. Evening, hey Zoot! I'm not supposed to collect the starter kits like Pokemon. I've got a bunch in my bank too.
It's back in the ice. Whoa. Need some help here.
Interrupted it with the goat. Muk, should I continue Gamba on Shadowfruit my home instance, or would I just lose gold to making gold? After the price kind of broke even, I stopped doing it. For the first week, it was very profitable. Like, it was insanely profitable for like 2 days. Then it was just profitable for like a week, and then it could just kind of break even after that. It was insanely profitable until you made a video about it. You're welcome. Are you going to change mains depending on the new elite specs? Probably. Like, for example, when End of Dragons came out, I thought Mechanist looked awesome, and I thought Untamed looked stupid. Which is funny, because I'm playing it right now. So I ended up playing Mechanist through all of, like, a year of EOD. So if, like, the new Ranger, whatever it is, doesn't look appealing to me, I'll probably try Ritualist or one of the other things. Which legendary would be best to have 2 of bound? Depends on the classes you play. Is there any classes you play where you're dual wielding the same weapon? Like 2 swords, 2 daggers, 2 maces, things like that?
It's back in the ice.
Sad I'm not getting new weapons because I've wanted Thief Mace for years. Yeah, I've wanted Ranger Focus or Shield. But, alas.
Okay, open that Raven. The gate's open. Now get in there and cut off the source.
I'm ready. Year 9 of asking for Ellie Greatsword. Ellie Greatsword. Ellie Longbow's overrated. They can already conjure a bow. Oh, of course, it seems like Ranger is getting a longbow and we already have a longbow, so I don't know what to think about that. Is the best Soul Beast build Power or Condi? There are really good Power and Condi builds for Soul Beast for both. I will say, for Soul Beast, I think Power is a little better, in my opinion, because it has more access to CC than the Condi one does. So if you need to stun something, you've got more tools for that. Muck, in your own opinion, what is the best MMOs on the market? Oh man, have you heard of the new hit sensation, Guild Wars 2? So, full honest answer, I haven't played other MMOs in quite a bit. Over my history, I've played a lot of EverQuest, a lot of WoW, a lot of this. I've played Black Desert Online, Guild Wars 1 if that even counts, WildStar, Rift, and quite a few others. Tried FF14 for like a weekend, tried ESO for like 100 hours. I couldn't really get into either one of those. So yeah, I've tried a lot of things, but like recently, I haven't played any other MMOs recently. But if you need like, if you're like, hey, I came from WoW and I'm looking for something that plays like this, I could totally have that conversation with you because I had like 10 years in WoW. But it wasn't recent. What expansions is Sky Scale unlocked in? There's two ways to get Sky Scale. One, which is the faster way, which is the newer way, is with Secrets of the Obscure. The original way, which is still in the game as well, which is the longer method, requires Path of Fire and Living World Season 4. A new player, 55 days in, loving it. What's up, Bad Crumble? Welcome. Rift had one of the best releases I ever witnessed when it comes to MMOs. Best releases. I remember it was one of many, many games that when it came out, people were like, this is going to be the WoW killer. I had fun when I was playing Rift, though. One of the best macro systems I've ever experienced in a game to date. Very easy to learn and make effective macros. The WoW killer is the Blizzard employees? Yeah. That old breast milk thing. God, that was a weird case to hear about. Almost everyone I follow on Twitter is related to gaming news, so seeing something like that pop up on my feed, I was like, what? They did what now?
This is it. Everyone, attack!
Have you played the expansion? Oh, that was pointing something else. Mug, have you heard that I think WoW added official one-button rotation? Yeah. But, I mean, we have Pistol, Pistol, Unload, Thief, which is a 0-button rotation, so I hope you're not about to complain about it. So, for anyone that is not in the know, essentially what they did, World of Warcraft added a button where it's like, you punch in, like, your rotation, and then you just keep hitting that one button, and it just does the rotation. But it adds a 20% slowdown or something to your abilities. Imagine like the opposite of quickness. So even if you're just, you've typed in the perfect rotation, then you just button mash one key, if someone else is playing perfectly, they will do better than you. But it allows you to do well enough that if you're a bad player, it might be a vast improvement to how you were doing before. It's an accessibility thing. And I'm going to be honest, you guys, I don't mind. It's not like they're competing in a tournament, right? If they were doing some kind of like race to world first and the winner gets $10,000, then I would be like, okay, yeah, turn that off. But for anyone else, it's a video game. People are playing to have fun. They're not competing against other people. They're fighting against, AI. They're fighting NPCs. So if they want to use the one button thing and slow themselves down, but that allows them to do better, sure, why not? Do you think Mesmers will get music notes for their new Elite similar to Blades on a Vert? Oh, you're saying like for the little pips? I don't know. What we know about the Mesmer thing so far, hang on, I have the tabs open here, is there is a picture of the Mesmer with like a guitar, and then in the trailer, there was, it's right around here, hang on. There. So the Mesmer's getting a flute, and also getting a banjo. Lute? Okay, now it's a ukulele because you're acting up. So the Mesmer is getting a flute and a ukulele. So you might have other instruments as well. That's Revenant? Yeah, the Revenant's channeling a dead Mesmer. So we know that there's at least 2 instruments. Beyond that, I don't know. So maybe they're gonna get a kit where they can like pull out different instruments, or maybe they just have different musical skills and each one is like a different instrument or something. I mentioned the other day, give me a second to open up an image here. I was reminded greatly of a class in Black Desert Online that is called the Shai, S-H-A-I. She's like this halfling girl, and she's a support class, but her ultimate weapon is, like, everyone else gets a new weapon at max level, she got instruments. And depending on the skill she's using, she gets either a lute or a flute or a hand drum out. And she uses those, and like, her normal weapon is this giant boomerang on her back. But she uses these. So I do wonder if the Mesmer of our game is going to be similar to the Shai of Black Desert Online, where depending on the different buffs you want to give, you get a different instrument out. Could be kind of neat, but I don't know if that's the route that they're going to go. Bandgeek Mesmer confirms special ability braces. Alright. Drakkar is defeated. What else we got? Hey, Muck and Company. What's up, Razor? I'll main Mesmer if they can conjure a full drum set to play. Is Necro Lord good and fast pace? I assume you mean Necromancer? It can be, depending on how you play. Necromancer can stay core, or it can become a Reaper, or a Harbinger, or a Scourge. I would say Reaper feels pretty fast-paced. Viewership spike today as well. What is it called? The drops are happening yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So yesterday I streamed for 14 hours. Today I'm going to stick to my normal schedule, but it will be, Guild Wars 2 in place of the other games I was working on, and same as tomorrow. And then Friday we'll be back to our normal stuff. Wasn't Scourge also fast-paced? I would say Scourged in terms of, like, it depends on how you're looking at it. Scourge in terms of, like, number of buttons you're mashing feels fast-paced, but you're just seeing sand splash all over the place, right? Reaper looks like, I don't know, it has more weight to it. I would say it feels more fast-paced. Scourge is higher APM. Tomorrow you should call the Twitch stream Guild Wars 2 Thirst Day. Thirst Day. I didn't even see the drops here because summer holiday. Gotcha. Yeah, Trinzel, it was, hang on a sec. Do we still have, hang on a sec. Where is the thing on my Discord? Okay. So this is my viewers per day for the last month. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is cracked. Yeah, so, like, that was yesterday. So, it's, you know, and each day, this is, like, my average is, like, 200 to 300. You know, some days some more, some days less. And then this was yesterday. So, yeah, drops. Yeah, people love free stuff. Who knew? I even got it, too. Hold on, where's my mail? Yeah, see, there's my red outfit. When I went to sleep with Iron Maiden open on my computer downstairs so that I got all the drops. Let's see. Boop. 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 Did I already have the red outfit? Maybe I already had the ritualist outfit. No, now I got it. Okay. I think I already had Hiss as well. Good heavens. Ritualist Mukluk. Coming back even though I got the loot yesterday, stick around some. I appreciate it. That's honestly, like, the biggest thing folks in my position hope for, is that for every 10 or every 100 people that stop by and check out the stream, that one of them is like, it's a nice place, I'll come back. You know? That's the big win. Etherblade Assault. I don't often watch Twitch streams, but your YouTube content has been so entertaining and useful as a new Go 2 player. I'm happy to have an extra reason to stick around. I appreciate it. What is that overlay and how? Oh, event table. It's part of Blish HUD. Exclamation Blish in the chat. Well, I've got a bunch of guides on setting this up if you want it. Very, very helpful.
Would anyone like to guess?
Cabo, thank you for the prime. You did already have his? I thought I did, but it was weird that it let me use the tome again. I've been away for I don't know how long I'm going to bed. See you this evening. See you, Alex. I think you can still consume his if you have it. Apparently I can, yeah. That's how I came to the channel lock. It's been far longer than a year now. We got you. How do you get the health bars floating over each player's head? Is that in-game? That's an in-game setting. I don't remember where it is, but just dig through the settings, and there is something for, like, display health bars over injured teammates. And there's one called thick health bars that makes them larger. Thick health bars. Meta. Is Blish supported or allowed officially? It's... Okay. So officially, they don't care. So, as an ArenaNet partner, I have a lot to lose if I just directly go against the rules. So if I'm using it, you can feel confident that right now, I 100% believe that it's safe. In the entire history, like the last 7 years of the time I've played this game, there's one single time that someone made an add-on that ArenaNet said, don't do that. And they said, okay, and they changed it. And all other add-ons, I've never heard them say a word about. So it's not that they officially endorse or allow it, but it's more that they will just kind of look the other way for add-ons unless it is a problem, which has been a very rare thing. Which add-on? It was a version of the Arc DPS mod that had equipment templates in it. And this is a little sus, but what they did is they were introducing equipment templates into the game, so they didn't want that mod to be competing with it, probably. So they asked them, they're like, you know, take off the equipment template feature from that, because it's an in-game thing, and, you know, you're basically competing with the gem store. So that's the only one I know of. Other than that, it's all been whatever. Mark, you on EU or NA? Yeah, I'm on EU. Any idea when they will show us new Legi Ring? I do not know. I thought that we were going to be seeing all of the elite spec things yesterday, but that kind of, I feel like we were misled on that. So, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get a teaser for that stuff at some point in the future. There was also a gear inspect add-on that had to be removed. Oh, really? I didn't know about that one, Turtle. Tease, but not please. Yeah.
Have you scoundrels considered an honest living? I'll return later to test on the rest. But for now, we must make haste. I seem to have stumbled across some sort of...
Aren't they showing the new elites next week? Yes. The thing is... Give me a moment here.
Hovercraft transport. Initiate jailbreak feature. Oh dear. Didn't mean to. Hot wiring in progress.
Okay, so let's see. Guild Wars 2 Twitter. So the main issue is, like, they have these icons, right? 3 days until we don't tell you what this is. 1 day until we don't tell you what this is. I'll place your wagers, Tyrians. The final reveal of the new elite specs looms, which of course we thought meant the next day, and then they didn't say what any of those were. So they didn't technically say that they were going to announce what these icons were at the end of the countdown, but holy shit, they implied it, right? They implied. So I can be excited about all the new features they added, but at the same time be bitter about this. It really, really seemed like they were going to reveal what those were. And then they didn't. Let's see, where is the other people? They showed us 3 of them on the trailer. I feel like they really gotta show us more soon. Yeah, I was expecting, like, at least the name and, like, the class plus name of thing that they're getting for each of the things. I was expecting that, even if we didn't get, like, the full breakdown. Like, you know, this is the Mechanist. It is a new form of engineer from Cantha that specializes in summoning and maintaining a large mech companion. You know? That's it. Just, like, a sentence for each thing or something. But then, nada. Mike, they're gonna rework Siege and Total Warhammer 3. You're gonna show us the changes of the new campaign on stream. What are they... Okay, when you say siege, do you just mean like when you attack a city, FLE? Like a town combat?
Nothing by comparison.
I feel like the reveals made so far make the Elite Specs fairly guessable, assuming the energy colors they've shown match the professions. I posted a video on VIP about it, looks great. Oh, okay. How do you get the fancy letters in your new area? That is a add-on called Regions of Tyria. If you do exclamation ROT in the chat, it will pop up a guide on it if you want it.
Snobby bot. But you're not even programmed for labor. You're pampered.
Thanks, sure. I just saw Guild Wars Wednesday. Guild Wars Wednesday. Let's see. Do you have a guide on binding of Ippos? I have a guide on legendary crafting and how to break it down, but I don't have a specific video for that specific legendary. But if you want, like, the legendary guides, exclamation legend in the chat pulls up the webpage that has all the legendary guides I've made. Hold on, what is this? Oh, cool. I just got a response from ANET. So I told ANET the Steam page doesn't have a trailer on it, and they said thanks. So either they know when they're fixing it, or they know when they don't care. Who's that? Palei. Palei? Thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. I want to determine if I should do Maguma or Desert for it. Oh, Gift of Maguma or Gift of the Desert? Maguma. Gift of Maguma requires map comp. Gift of Desert requires map comp, and also a stack of this stuff called Incense, which is awful. If you ever are doing any legendary and you have a choice between Maguma or Desert, do Maguma. Either way, you're doing map comp, but Desert, you're also doing this other nasty thing. I think we can pressure ANET to give us new body types. I want a beefy boy Swamp Thing Sylvari. I think if you want to play the beefcake, you play the Norn. Then just put some weeds on it. Pretend it's a salad. Why is incense so bad? It's just extremely time consuming. The incense requires a lot of... It's like you need a stack of it, and then it's like each merchant will sell you 5 per day. And then you also have to go gather the materials they want to trade for it. So you got to gather the materials and then also trade with the merchant every day for weeks on end to get enough of it. It's a very time-consuming, arduous process. Now there are a couple little workarounds, but it's just much easier just to do the map comp of Maguma than do the desert thing. You can, yeah, there's some merchants that will sell it for more expensive, but it won't have the 5 a day limit, but it costs more if you do it that way. Yeah. But again, the short version of it is you're going to have to do Path of Fire map comp plus the annoying incense thing, or just do Maguma map comp. Maguma map comp takes way less time. Why am I watching the stream? It's 5 a.m. Because you really, 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 really want to see us beat up this char. Does the char deserve it? Yes, he stole all their farming equipment. But the mobs scare me in Tangled Depths. Run past them? If you're doing map comp, just run past stuff. Dabe says, what's your favorite class? For me, Ranger. My most played classes are Ranger, Engineer, and Necromancer, and then the other 6 are way behind that. I'm slightly disappointed in my latest interaction with ANET asking about skins we trade for unlocking it in Wardrobe and having a copy that doesn't eat transmutation charges instead of converting the copy into a transmutation charge. Oh. Okay. Mr. Mike, do you have a video for Guild Wars 2 settings guide? I do not. I mean, I'm happy to show mine if you want it, but, you know, it'll depend on your PC if this works for you or not. When will you try Celestial, Spectre, and Fractals? I tried out Spectre just recently. It was pretty good. I don't think I did in Fractals. I think I tried it in Strikes, but yeah, it was fine.
The entrance appears to be
Muck, by the way, it's almost the same, because you need 250 gemstones for Maguma Mastery.
What? Swiped it from their office, sir.
250 gemstones for Maguma Mastery. What? What are you talking about? Any specific favorite specialization ranger, or just all of them? I'm not fond of Soul Beast. PvP sometimes, but PvE Soul Beast I hate. It's just Green Warrior. PvE Soul Beast, you just merge with your pet and then just forget that you ever had a pet, and then you just play like a warrior the rest of the time. But in PvE, I like Untamed or Druid a lot more. $250 crystalline ingot. Yeah, no, I know the 250 crystalline ingots for trade for stuff. Well, what do you mean for Maguma Mastery for Gen 2? I'm not sure what you're talking about with that.
Figured you wouldn't mind sharing.
You snitches take yourselves too seriously.
Do you think it's sad we have to use character limit lowest setting? Kind of takes away the fast MMO feel that way. Yes. Yeah, I would like to see them tweak the settings there. It's like, here, there's so many people, and it gets kind of like, here, hold on. This is show me everything, alright? And this is what the fight looks like. And it's a little bit laggy as well, because it's rendering all these people, right? But if I turn that down, now the lag is gone, and I can move much better, but occasionally it doesn't, you know, render the boss because I've like reduced it so much.
Life's not fair, so why play by its rules?
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield.
Just solo it, duh. If I hide everyone else, I can pretend that I am doing it.
Gyros. We'll get nowhere with those shielding him. Aim for them first.
See, I can't even see the boss right now. I'm not sure where he is.
Say, hype.
Who was that? Famous, thank you. Appreciate that. Morning, Mike Chat. Hey, Laura.
If we break those gyros, that should break his shield as well.
Exic, thank you for the prime as well. Appreciate you. Muck fighting ghost, yeah. I was showing someone what it looks like when you turn everything down.
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield.
Just got AoE res here. It's gonna get 5 people up. Is a commander tag worth getting? Only if you plan on using it. Otherwise, it just sits there.
It's no use. We cannot hurt him unless we break that charge of his.
That's it! He's down! Keep your thieving booty out of here! Now, in accordance with Legal
Easy.
7, Section 14, I'll coordinate returning these items to their owners.
Mug, please explain why World v World groups are not 10-person squads. Isn't it more organized that way? Also for boons, etc. No, because boons don't hit 10 people. Most boons hit the 5 people in your squad. So you plus 4 more. So if you have 10 people in your squad, the boons will constantly hit you plus the nearest 4 of the 10. So if you do that, there will always be some people that have too much boons and people that don't have any. Like, for example, anytime I'm currently playing Quickness Untamed. Anytime I generate quickness, you see how it says in the middle of that tooltip, it says number of targets 5. So if I'm in a squad group with 10 people, the nearest 4 plus me will get quickness each time I put it out there, and the others won't get it at all. So what you need to have is groups divided up in 5 at a time. Now, this is like an open world boss. You notice we're all in one squad group. No one cared. So it's just there was just boons all over the place. Some people had a ton, some people had none. But yeah, that's it. If you're trying to actually set up for buffs, you do 5 in each group. Isn't that why World v World squads use subgroups though? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand your question? Let me reread it. One sec. Why are they not 10-person squads? Isn't it more organized that way? Wait, okay, sorry. Maybe I misunderstood you. I thought you were talking about subgroups. So you're talking about the entire squad itself. Why are they not just 10? Because sometimes there's like 70 people in there. You know? So they typically have just like a massive squad and then they divide it up into groups and then they'll be like, okay, you know, also if you have people in separate squads, they would have to use map chat to yell at each other or like guild chat or something. So if they're all in one squad though, you can use squad chat and be like, hey, group 8, go get that tower. Group 9, go fight them on their flank, blah, 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 blah. What's the difference between alacrity and quickness? Quickness speeds up how fast your animations are. So like this right here, this animation, anything that has a little cast bar will happen faster if you have quickness on. Alright, so if hold on. So I'm generating quickness on myself, so now that's with quickness, okay? And then quickness just wore off and now it's slower again, alright? Now, what is alacrity? Alacrity increases how fast your stuff cools down. So see, if here, I'm just going to throw a spell. Hang on. So this is cooling down, right? If I have alacrity, this cools down faster. So quickness and alacrity help literally everyone. They help healers heal more often. They help DPS more often. They help your CC and utility skills become available more often. That's it. So alacrity is faster cooldowns. Quickness is faster casting.
I had a previous engagement.
And just to be clear, there is a difference between quickness and swiftness. Swiftness is run speed. That's your legs. Quickness is animations. What's your favorite engineer spec? I greatly enjoy playing Scrapper and also Mechanist. I don't really like playing Hollow. Lots of other people do. It's just not for me. You'll know if you have alacrity because your cooldown numbers turn green. Yeah. Does alacrity do anything for thief weapon skills, like regen initiative faster? Not that I know of. Hang on. That's a good question. Don't think so. I don't see anything on the alacrity page on the wiki about initiative. It makes their steel cooldown faster. Can anyone generate both? For themselves, yes, but there is no class in the game that can generate alacrity and quickness at the same time for their entire group. So like a Chronomancer can give their whole group quickness, or it can give their whole group alacrity. It can't do both at the same time for their whole party. If the new X-Pack is somewhat an underwater kind of map, I hope they do a patch on mech builds. Me too. For sure. Let's see. Will a bard with rifle be a bit stupid? A bard with rifle. I don't know. First, I need to see what the bard's going to do to know if it's going to be stupid on its own. Then we can add more stupid to it. I'm not sure. What is a Chrono's identity in-game? Time Lord. DPS tanker support. A Chrono can be DPS. Okay, a Chrono is the only class in the game that can be DPS, DPS quick, DPS alacrity, heal quick, or heal alacrity, or tank quick, or tank alac, or tank heal quick, or tank heal alac. It is the only class elite spec in the game that can do all of those things. Like, for example, I'm on my Ranger. I currently can be a Druid, which does heal alacrity, but if I want to do DPS and quickness, I gotta swap to Untamed. Still a Ranger, but a different type of Ranger. Chrono can do literally everything. So it can join a group and be incredibly flexible, but it can also just be pure DPS if you want to. Don't forget kites. Huh?
Do you know when the expansion after next is coming out? Also, will it have Plunder Storm? We all know you know the answer. Please.
Please. The expansion after the one that was just announced comes out? Yeah, I can't talk about that. Will it have Plunder Storm? Not that I know of. Gonna be a 1920s gangster. Here's my guitar. Pull out Tommy gun from guitar case. Hey guys, where's the best Master XP farm in Central Tyria? In my opinion, Fractals. Fractals, which are like, 5-man dungeons, they give Central Tyrian XP, and you can get a lot in there. When does the new one drop? The expansion that was announced yesterday drops, I think, October 28th. Silver Waste Farm is good too. There you go. There's another tip. The expansion is called Visions of Eternity, so if you have Vision in Eternity, do you get the expansion for free? I mean, you know what? I have Vision in Eternity, and they sent me a free copy, so I think you might be right. How do you know the next expansion? The next expansion. Major Prophet, do not listen to random people in chat. Let's see, can't look so much more advanced. At least the Asura's golems can mucking swim. That bugs me no end. Core story also gives mastery, but it's kind of annoying. Reba for sure. Reba for core. Oh, the Reba farm in Silver Waste? Yeah. Take a look at the giant crab in the trailer. Something delicate made of golden metal has been attached to it. I saw that design in Mythright Gambit. Snargle Goldclaw, next villain. What do I write in promo code on buying new expansion? Nothing. I don't have a promo code. If you're perhaps using my referral link, it's just a cookie. So you just use the link, buy whatever, and that's it. It's super simple. What do I do to get the Twitch drops? Just watch? Like, do I need to cut my Yours account or anything? Yes, Wanderer. This right here. So click on that link I just put in the chat. And you should have a thing there to connect your Guild Wars and your Twitch accounts together so that you get the drops properly. After you watch enough, you just hit claim on that page. And then it mails it to you. That's it. The only reason why Muck knows the next X-Pack is because he's also part of the Inquest. How dare you? I've been killing Inquest since my newbie zone. Literally level 1 Asuras fight Inquest. Besides Asura, what's your next favorite race? Honestly, I always like the weird races. Like, the races that don't distinctly look human. So if the Asuras didn't exist in this game, I would either play the Salads or the Char. Just because they're more out there. Not Norns, because Norns are just big humans. Norns are just big humans, and humans are just small Norns. So, yeah, a Salad or Char would be my second one. It's like, typically, if there's an MMO and there's, like, some weird races, I usually play those. Like, I'll play a dwarf or a gnome or a 7-foot-tall troll or a 3-foot-tall Asura before I play just human.
Except June.
What was your preferred WoW race? I think the most hours I spent in WoW was on Undead. The skeletons and zombie race. So I was playing on a Horde guild. And I played them mostly. Think Sylvari are a great twist on more different than elf you see in traditional fantasy. Yeah. Would you play as 2 spirit penguins? No, I'd play as 3 Skrit in a trench coat if it was an option. The only reason I play human on games is they have good racial abilities. Yeah, yeah. I've done that. I've played human characters in like, you know, Pathfinder and D&D at times just because of racial abilities, for sure. What's your favorite open world profession? You mean like, I mean, I guess Ranger. That's what I'm playing right now. Do you think we'll have to unlock each weight class of Aqua Breather? Every other legendary in the game, the answer has been yes. So I don't know that they're gonna change that. So like if you make legendary helmet, you know, it's got weight classes, you'd have to make 3 if you want light, medium, and heavy. I want to see your video and support builds. I wanted to say your video and support builds was super great and informative. Thanks for making such great content. Thank you, Major Prophet. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Talking about the new X-Pack, have you noticed the Mothman above Ritlock has plant bits on it? Yeah, I saw that. Did you get your Eternal Alchemist title unlock when you got the expansion yesterday? I got the items and gems, but for some reason I never got the title. Also leveling a new Ellie so I can get in on the downstate meta with the new pet spec. I forgot about the title. Yes, I did. Eternal Alchemist. I did get it. I don't remember getting like a consumable or anything that I like cracked open to get the title, but I did get the title. If yours too is Game of Thrones, what race will it sit on the throne and why? Probably humans. I mean, they basically had their gods drop them in this world, fought the Char, took over, said this is ours now. They've got like a big crazy civilization now in Divinity's Reach and also Lion's Arch. I feel like humans are at the top of the game in here. Did you see the Chromatic Resin skins, the expansion? Yeah, I got the box that has one of them. Hey, old school player coming back with the new DLCs, making an engineer right now. Is Berserker still meta, or can I do critical hit chance build? So, if you are focusing your engineer on doing power damage, which uses the stats power, precision, and ferocity, Berserker gear is still best in slot for that. However, it does offer 0 protection. So if you are having trouble with dying a lot, you could change to something like Marauders or Celestial, which is a bit less damage, a bit more survivability, and it's kind of a middle ground. Char has furry gods? No, Char used to worship those big Titan idol things, which worked out bad for them. Also, the Sons of the what is it? Not Sons of Svanir. The what is it? Some of the Char think that they're worshiping gods, and it's like Jormak. Sons of Svanir are doing that too. Char worship Gun. Yeah. They used to worship like Titans, but not anymore, as far as I know. I love that Sylvari is backwards elves, nature and pointy ears, but youngest race. Let's see. After learned crafting recipes shared with all tunes on your account. Yes. Yeah, crafting recipes are account bound. Yep. Hey, everyone. Hey, Hamza. Rillock says in Citadel of Flame Char have no gods. What's the best profession for high quickness uptime and high crit and crit damage? So, okay. Hang on a second. Alright. So, in Guild Wars 2, the roles in groups, there's 2 essential boons or buffs that every group wants. Quickness and alacrity. Alright? So, whoa, what is that pre-fill? So, every group wants either healer that provides quickness, a DPS that provides alacrity, and then 3 more DPS. Alright? Or healer that provides alacrity, a DPS that provides quickness, and then 3 more DPS. That's Every group. So if you got a group of 10, it's just 2 of these, or 2 of these, or 1 of each of these. All right, every group of 10 is just multiple groups of 5, and the groups of 5 always look like this. That's PvE, okay? So if you want a professional with high quickness uptime and high crit and crit damage, it sounds like you want to play a quickness DPS, which is totally fine. That's what I'm playing right now. That's a quickness untamed. Now, a boon providing DPS almost always does a bit less damage than a pure DPS, but they feel great in open world, and they do they get groups faster because they're essential. Okay, so a boon providing DPS that provides quickness, man, take your freaking pick. There is a lot of them, right? There's quick berserker, there's quick herald, there's quick firebrand. There's quick Scrapper. There's quick Untamed. There's quick Deadeye. Quick Chrono. Quick... hold on, what am I missing? I know I'm missing some. Hang on. Harbinger and Catalyst. So every single class has one. I had to put myself on the spot there, having to name all of them. So every single class has one, and it's just take your pick. Deadeye dies a lot? It depends. Font too small, can't read. Sorry. Can I use a magnifying glass in this? There we go. There you go. So the short version is every Mecha's Alacrity. Yes, Mechanist is either pure DPS or Alacrity, or healing plus Alacrity. Yeah. But essentially every single class has at least one elite specialization that can provide quickness and do damage with it. And you just pick the one that you like. That's truly it. You can actually use fun as one of your metrics. It's crazy. Like, for me, for example, I have a lot of fun playing Quick Untamed and Quick Scrapper. I'd probably be okay playing Quick Chrono. The others don't appeal to me as much. Name all Alacrities. Alacrity is pretty interesting. For DPS Alac, there's one class that's not great at it. There's one class that can be heal Alac that is not great at DPS Alac, and that's Druid. So, I would say there's 8 options for DPS Alac rather than 9, because I really do not recommend DPS Alac Druid. It's really clunky. It's just the mechanic for providing Alacrity works much better with healing than it does with DPS for Druid. I thought you liked Harbinger. Harbinger's fine to play. The thing is, the whole Harbinger class mechanic is Blight, which is they reduce their own max hit points. So their whole class mechanic is that they make themselves squishier. I'm scared. I'm scared of that. I don't want that. You forgot Warrior Quick. It's literally at the top of the list, you blind egg. At Muck, I have the Identity Repair Kit, the Mount, the Harvesting Tools, and Character Slot. I don't have the pre-purchase bonuses, just the ultimate ones. I don't know. It should be on the way. I got mine. I would say just give it some time. And if it doesn't show up, then maybe open a ticket or something. You forgot Vendi for Alac. I didn't make an Alac list. I made a quickness list. So I forgot everyone for Alac. Just so you know, the amount of health decreases per Blight went down. Yeah, and it's just like let me give you another example. Like Hollowsmith, their whole thing is heating up, but not heating up too much, because if you overheat, you actually lock yourself out of your bar and burn yourself. Hollowsmith's the only class that if you play it poorly enough, you kill yourself. I don't like, dude, having little gyros and stuff for the Scrapper sounds so much cooler than that to me. Like, it's just something that I'm not a fan of. So, like, yeah, they're great. I'll group with them. They're fine. I just don't want to play it. You know? Like, it's just not a preference. It's really funny that someone asked me to make the text bigger, and I did, and then other people couldn't see it. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. Harbinger also kills itself when played badly since they reduce their hit points. Yeah, but their max hit point... I mean, well, yeah. What I mean is they can... like, a hollow out of combat can kill itself. Like, Harbinger can make themselves as squishy as an Ellie and then make a mistake and die the same way an Ellie would. I love Hollow mechanically, but feel-wise it's just strobing walking damage aura. What's your opinion on shortbow engineers? They were a mistake. Again, right now, the short bow in practice is fine. Like, the kit that it has, the abilities it has is fine. However, I'm not a fan of the flavor of it, right? It's like you've got this guy who has pistols, flamethrowers, bombs, mines, rifles, mortars, alchemy, and he's like, you know what, this expansion, I'm gonna get a stick and some string and I'm gonna make something hot. Word? Like, are you sure? Like, it's so stupid, right? It's like, I just hate it on a, like, lore level, okay? I despise it on, like, just, like, the flavor of it. I can't stand it. So it makes no sense that they were like, oh man, I'm gonna go get a string and a stick. I'm gonna make something good. No, I'm not a fan of it, all right? But again, I'm not talking about mechanics. I'm talking about flavor, all right? I'm just talking about flavor. Aloy entered the chat. Dude, I actually described Aloy's staff, and I was like, this would be so much better. Like, if they got staff and it had like a taser on one end and a hacking device on the other with a flamethrower strapped to the side of it, like, Aloy's staff would have been a perfect example of an engineer staff. It's a techie bow, not a regular bow. No, it's a regular bow with, like, chemical warfare arrows. That's a... Isn't that spear? No, their spear is just like... I mean, kind of, but they got the spear later. Keep in mind, I'm describing when Engie got short bow, which is Soto. They got the spear in Janthere. That was another expansion. That was later on. Yeah. And again, it's good. It's totally fine. I'm just not a fan of it. That's it. I'm just talking personal taste here. There's a Geneva Convention interior. Have you seen the flamethrower kit? There's Geneva Suggestions interior. No. I mean, while we're talking about dumb ideas, I hate Vindicator. Their whole thing is just boing, 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 boing. It's like, dude, if you're strong enough to leap into orbit with those calves every 5 seconds, just kick the guy. His head will explode. Just kick him. Just kick him! But they don't. They're like, no, I just want to keep jumping into the moon every 2 seconds. So, I mean, it's good. It's effective. I've played it for a day. It's powerful. I just think it's stupid. It's the kind of thing when I'm like, yeah, buddy, hey, new player, you should try Guild Wars 2. It's a great game. Billy, get back. Don't let them see you. And it's like, you know, the Vindicator is Harry Potter, and I'm keeping him hidden under the stairs when guests come over until they know me well enough that it's too late, right? Like, I get you guys hooked on Guild Wars 2, then you find out that Vindicators exist. But it's too late for you at that point. We got you. Like, I don't let you meet them on the first day. Like, I just think they're so stupid. Gotta use gravity to amp up the hit. I freaking guess. You need to play some FF14 Dragoon. I actually played, there's one Final Fantasy I've played. Which one was it? Was it 16? FF16. Yeah, the one with this guy. This is the only one I've played, and it had Dragoons, so I know what Dragoons are. And once again, if they're strong enough to leap into orbit every 5 seconds, why don't they just kick the guy? I stick to what I'm saying here. Like, they could do it too. I will allow them to use my kick technology as well if they want to. That would honestly be a really funny final boss in a Final Fantasy game, is if it's a Dragoon, and then phase 2, he just starts kicking. And he's just like blowing walls apart. And you're like, oh no! It's more fun to jump on their enemies. Yeah, I guess. Have you played Dredge yet since the DLCs? I have not. It's on my list of things to do. Kicking people to death have Sparta's lawyers all over you. I played FF Hunting Grounds, made Pure Dex Dragoon, it was fun. I haven't played that. I bought EOD just to play Vindicator, so it sold me on EOD. Do you hate Super Mario since he jumps on people? Do I hate Super Mario since he jumps on people? No, I don't hate Super Reminds me of a unit in War Machine, Monk of the Order of the Fist. The figurine is giving a kick. Mike, do you think ANET will make movable skills on action bars like WoW has? Hold on. Movable skills on action bars. Wait, what? I mean, you can just move things. Like, what do you mean? Am I misunderstanding something? What do you mean movable skills? Like, because you can like move where skills are. Like, I guess I'm misunderstanding. Maybe he means on the weapons. Okay, like your 1 through 5 are locked in. Your 1 through 5 are what they are because that comes up in conversation a lot. Like, oh yeah, you want to use Ranger Greatsword 3, etc. Yeah, you can't move the weapon skills. Your utilities you can, and then your heal is always there. Your elite's always there. So I guess if you mean 1 through 5, I don't think that would be good for the game. Modifying the UI. There's a few minor UI modifications you can do. For example, you can move your map. You can have this in either corner you want, like I just did. But yeah, there's nothing quite like what you just described. It's my birthday today, Muck, but I feel good since, because you are 80, at least my streamer is older than me. 82, but who's counting? He means connecting the whole bar and allowing rearrangement of healing, utility, and ult anywhere. Okay, no. I think the best you could do is just bind them to whatever you want. What's your favorite legendary weapon based on its appearance? Binding of Ippos. 100%. Let me see. I think this character has it equipped. Give me a second. I'll show it off. It was like my 20th legendary I made, and I'm not playing any characters that can use it regularly, but I just like it so much. Alright, does this one have it? Yeah. Alright, so, Binding of Ippos is this book on my right hip. When you enter combat, the book floats in front of you and opens up, and it does have creepy writing on the pages, and also your left arm transforms and becomes more demonic, because you made like a deal with the devil type of thing. There's also an eye on the front of the book that looks around, and the book floats with you at all times, and if you fire any focus projectiles, they look like eyeballs. They look like this eye. I don't know my LE well enough to be able to do that, but if you fire any projectiles from your 4 or your 5 key, they will look like eyeballs coming out. Also, this like purple nether stuff is part of the binding. And then when you put it away, the book flies back to your hip and your arm goes back to normal. That's my favorite legendary in terms of just graphics. Also, hang on a sec. Let me... Is this guy Tempest? Yeah, this one's a Tempest. Alright, let me show you something funny. I'm gonna do Overload Water. When you do Overload Water, you float in a bubble and your weapon floats around you. Watch this. My arm came off. Because your arm is part of the legendary, when you do Overload Water with this, your arm pops off for a second. The demon arm pops off. And because you'll see you're like floating around, see there's the staff and there's the arm. And there comes back on. So yeah, it's kind of silly with Overload Water. Everything else is pretty sweet. Because, like, in terms of the game's code, you know, it's kind of like a giant gauntlet over your arm that covers your arm. But it just looks weird with Overload Water.
I have so much to do.
Oh, the range on that aura is pretty nice. I didn't realize it hit them way over there. Have you seen the rabbit from Wing 3 with Overload Water? What do you think about Power Staff Daredevil since its 2 isn't a movement locked ability anymore? Power Staff Daredevil since its 2 isn't a movement locked ability anymore. I have no opinion on that. I haven't played Daredevil since that change. Does the same thing happen with the Wizard Cape they added during Soto? It has your weapons float around you when gliding. I'm not sure. Remember, the arm, though, is only out in combat. I would say you're not usually, like, with your weapons unsheathed and gliding in combat. But I'm not sure. I don't think I have that glider. Having an Asura Tempest use overload water while holding the bunny makes the bunny float uncontrollably inside the water bubble alongside the character. Okay. You can, let's see, the display stand used to not show the book but the hand instead. I kind of like that more. Also, the reason I had to log on that character is something else that it used to be, is if you, hang on a second. If I do this, yeah, see, it's showing the arm. But then if I do this, it doesn't show the floaty book. It used to. In the dressing room, it used to show the floaty book, but it doesn't now for some reason, which is why I had to swap to that character to show it to you. If I just do weapon, it just shows that. Thanks to the /is. You're welcome. What Blish HUD add-ons do you recommend? There's a few I use. I use the mount wheel to access mounts easier. I can just, like, I have all my mounts on one button. I just hold button, swipe over what I want, and release the button. So, I couldn't even access most of my mounts these days without this. Another one I use is Event Table, just to see different events going on. That one's nice, too. Just saves me from tabbing out to, like, a web browser constantly. One quick question. I haven't played since Path of Fire. If I want to start again, which expansion should I get or play? What's up, Maddie? I myself played the game at launch, and I came back after Path of Fire, so I was 2 expansions behind for, like, a while. Honestly, I would say just get them and play them in order. Like, you can get them on sale for cheaper. There's a lot of content there. Like, if you love Guild Wars 2, it's a lot more Guild Wars 2. There is no expansion that I think is not worth it. I would just play them in order. What was that jellyfish? Skimmer skin that comes with pre-ordering the next expansion. It also has an uwu face. I can't get any of the Blish HUD mods to work. I had to uninstall and reinstall because I guess I did it wrong and I couldn't launch the game. Elric, underneath all of the Blish HUD guide videos I've made, there is a link to their Discord. And it's literally the Discord of the people that made the mods. They're super nice, and if you just tell them you have trouble, and they'll talk you through it. So it's a resource if you want it. It's horrifying but awesome at the same time. Riding that must sting. As long as you don't touch the arm things, I think you're okay. Yeah, I've had a couple of small snags with Blish HUD, and I've just gone to them, and they usually get me fixed up. I wonder where the armpit cannons go on this skin. Or the hummingbird. Dude, the fact that you can just take the hummingbird underwater is already weird enough. I use Shift W for Skimmer, Shift R for Raptor, Shift B for Roller Beetle, Shift F for Jackal, Shift G for Griffin, Shift A for Sky Seal because it's a pain in the butt to get them, and Shift Q for Turtle because it's interesting. I just remembered in your intro you say the worst class is Guardian. Is there a story behind that? And what are your other funny takes on their professions? Okay, so first of all, just to separate, because there's impressionable new players here, right? To separate the fact from the humor, Guardian's fantastic, all right? However, when I said that, I was talking out of jealousy. After Path of Fire came out, Firebrand was added to the game. And Firebrand, the F1 and the F2 and the F3 all give them a new weapon. So they have weapon set 1, weapon set 2, F1 weapon set, F2 weapon set, F3 weapon set. So with those 3 new weapon sets, they got 15 new buttons. All right? Soul Beast got the ability to merge with a squirrel and get claws. All right? There is no other class in the game, maybe Scourge, that has any elite spec on par with what Firebrand gets before they even choose any traits. Okay? So a DPS Firebrand, a quick Firebrand, a heal Firebrand, all of them have these 15 insane utility skills, which include giving stability to their party, making a giant bubble which reflects enemy projectiles, blocking projectiles, giving resistance to the party, pumping out damage, healing. All of that is in their 15 extra buttons, no matter what their build is. All right? It's absolutely bonkers, okay? Because of that, they were just the creme de la creme. They were the best healer in the game for like the next 5 years. 5 years. It's like, oh, you're a druid? Sorry, you don't give stability. Nope. Oh, you're a tempest? Oh, sorry, you don't give stability. Nope. It was just, if you wanted to join a group as a healer and you weren't a firebrand, get prepared to get hazed. It wasn't going to go good. So they were very much like ArenaNet's favorite child. Like the kid at school that never got in trouble no matter what they did. You know, so blue class was the best class because it was ArenaNet's favorite class. And it's been a running joke forever. The issue has been alleviated a bit now because they gave a tiny amount of stability to the other supports. Because like Druid had literally no stability for a long time. Same with Tempest. They've got a little bit now. So each of the other supports have some stability. None of them, even to this day, have the copious amounts of stability that a Firebrand can put out. But we all have some. And honestly, for most fights in the game, being able to do like one stack of stability on your party every 20 to 30 seconds is enough. As long as you know the timings. But they can just fart it out just constantly. And it's crazy. Because the problem was like, you would have DPS that would go into a dungeon with Firebrands. They would have stability the entire time, and they would never get knocked down or anything like that. And they would never learn the mechanics. So those same DPS would then do a dungeon with like a Tempest and be getting pinballed all over the place because they're not avoiding anything and be like, oh, this healer sucks. Because they were spoiled rotten by Firebrand making them immune to literally everything. And so it was an issue in the game that, you know, oh yeah, I didn't even talk about Aegis. Firebrand also has Aegis, which just blocks an attack. Most supports didn't have access to Aegis for 5+ years. So, yeah. So, you know, Firebrand literally was just like a god amongst supports for 5 years. And again, even DPS Firebrand had all this utility. Even Quickness DPS Firebrand had all this utility. Any Firebrand had all this utility, and no one else could just compare to it at all. And so, yeah, I would rant and rave about it constantly, because it was just like, are you serious? God walking amongst mirror supports? Yeah. Chrono, nah. Chrono had some, but it was not Firebrand. It was not Firebrand. Again, keep in mind, all right, feedback is a utility button for Mesmer. It goes down here. Firebrand had it in one of those tomes. It was one of the 15 buttons that they had. I'm like, oh, y'all need projectile reflect? Let me just go to chapter 3. You know, and it didn't take a utility slot. Like, Firebrand even stomped on Chrono. Like, you know, some of the stuff Firebrand could do, Chrono could put on their utility bar, but Firebrand just had it all up here. And they still had, you know, whatever they want down there. Yeah, Chrono, you have to wait for the wells, so it like 3 seconds time. Yeah. What do you mean still has? Yeah, still has. Yeah, so they basically never nerfed Firebrand, they just buffed the other supports a bit, so we stopped complaining. Firebrand gave training wheels to DPS that can't handle mechanics. I mean, that's basically stability. Stability is the training wheels. Yeah. But that is why it's in the intro. That is why it's there. Just play Spectre. I did Spectre the other day. It's got a video of me trying it out the other day. When is the next Guild Wars stream with Rose? I've never actually done a Guild Wars stream with Rose, other than we just talked about Guild Wars. We did a stream where we talked about Guild Wars for a long time. Are Firebrand mains obligated to be literate? Yes, otherwise they can't read their tomes. Yep. You can't use your 3 of your 5 weapons if you're not literate. Sorry.
June's last gala? All the big names.
Let's see. What would be a good class to play with a Chronomancer support friend? Literally anything. Like, because the Chrono... I mean, I guess what you could do is if your Chrono friend is going to be Alacrity or Quickness, you could play a class that's going to be the other of the two, and then the two of you would have both of the essential boons all the time. Could do something like that. Monk, do you have a referral link to the X-Pack? Yes, the link is in the chat right now and also pinned at the top of the chat. Thank you. Rose was shadow banned from the channel. No, he wasn't shadow banned. I was, the last time we did a collab, I was like, hey, this is PG, is that cool? And he's like, yeah. And the time before that, he said yeah, and he was fine for like a 2-hour-long podcast. And then this last time, he thought it would be funny to go way off the rails, and I was really cross with him afterward because it was like, dude, I know you're rated R sometimes, but I thought you could turn it off when you say you're gonna turn it off. And so it kind of like messed up that broadcast. And yeah, I was cross with him for a while. We're fine now. But when is the next thing gonna be with him? I have no idea. We haven't planned anything. How do you play Scourge solo in open world? It's hard to kite and apply condies. You don't kite. You look at the mob in the face and then just stare into its eyes while the light fades as it dies from all your dots, and you're just getting barriered with sand. That's basically it. You just tank the damage with walls of sand, and then you just dot them down. You don't kite. I mean, you step out of red circles, but that's it. Good morning, fellow partner. What's up, Madigan? Hello. Is it true the signets are bugged and not working when you first enter a new map to swap builds? I haven't heard that. So almost every class has signets? What signets are you talking about? Maddie, you said fellow, but Maddie, did you like just get partner? Like when did that happen? Like for you to say it like that? I'm actually like out of the loop. I did? Oh, well then, you know what? Congratulations. I totally missed that. I did see that they were getting a lot more people into the partner program. I did not see the names though. Congrats. I started learning Spectre, actually enjoying it, but man, I want the modular UI back. Going back through Guild Wars 1 with Guild Wars 2 friend for HOM and forget that you can move and resize every UI element Guild Wars 1. Yeah, that honestly, I agree with that. Back when I played World of Warcraft, there was an add-on I used at that time that was called Move Anything that let me do that, and I really liked that feature too. I want Guild Wars 2 to make a 3-man party and to watch Twitch how Muck, Laura, and Teapot roll together and see Teapot rage quit. Teapot has got some tenacity. I can't see him rage quitting stuff. Let's see. Every signet is bugged upon joining a map, and their passives don't apply. You swap a weapon, template, or mount, and swap back to activate them. I hadn't heard that until now. That is very unfortunate, if so. It's like, I've got Signet of the Wild active right now. Hang on. So Signet of the Wild increases ferocity, right? 1140. Okay, mine was working. You were on a mount just now. Okay, so I need to change maps then? Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to replicate what you said. Give me a sec. Uh, 960. 1140. You're right. I replicated it. Okay. So if you zone into a map, you got to change it. Okay, hold on. What if I zone into like a raid where I can't mount? All right, so let me change again. Okay, so 960. So I can change a skill and change it back. Interesting. Where am I? I went to the casino. Yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that. If I have quickness on my herald, will it show as a boon? Yes. So hang on. I'm on a quickness class right now. Look, this is quickness right here. It looks like the guy sprinting forward, and it's about to wear off. So if you have provided it, it will show up here as a boon. Those the group needs, honestly. Quickness, I is generally considered better when you're solo. Let's see. If I have a profession that can be either a quick healer or a lack healer, which would get me more into groups? Either one. Either one. Like they're like if you're an lack healer, you'll find a quick DPS. If you're a quick healer, you'd find an lack DPS. Either one would work. Who else remembers Oldalak being 66% cooldown reduction? That's insane. I don't remember that, but that I could totally see why they undid that. So just play the one I enjoy more? Yes. Play the one you enjoy more, or you could set up a build template for both and just join groups and be like, hey, I can do either heal, what do you need? Have you been able to load alt accounts with Launch Buddy like 4 at a time, or is it bug now? Ever since they changed the login rewards to use the wizards to vault, I haven't used my alt accounts. I kind of stopped using them since then. So I haven't tried it in quite some time. Haven't tried in quite a while. I just pre-ordered VOE using your referral link. Thank you for all your contribution. Thank you, Allium. Appreciate that. That's a huge help. Alright, let's see if anyone is doing this meta right now, because I would like to. God dang it. Got jumped by the lightning mod. Stop, dude. There we go. What do you think the new Leggy weapons will be? I'm guessing underwater. Like, if they're adding 2 new Leggy weapons, the only Leggy weapons that we've only gotten, like, 1 of in total, rather than, you know, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and so on, was the Harpoon Gun and the Trident. So, my guess is Harpoon Gun and Trident. Is it 2 weps or 3? Dude, I don't know. I've seen so many people say 3 and so many people say 2. I don't know what the hell it is. If it's 3, I'm assuming it's Trident, Harpoon Gun, and Spear. If it's 2, I'm assuming not Spear, because we just got a Spear. Three per Ruby's post. Okay, then Spear as well. That's my guess. I could be wrong. You know what? Maybe they're adding Great Swords 6, 7, and 8. For the new players, the legendary we've got the most of in the game is Great Swords. Maybe they're just adding more of those. I just returned to the game after 3 years, and I am overwhelmed with things to do. I might get Soto and J3 expansions, but I'm not sure what to do in the meantime. If someone would be so kind as to do exclamation fresh 80 with 80, I've got a guide on I just hit level 80, now what am I supposed to do? Which I think would be perfect for that person. What was the other one? Hey, Mike, what is the most amount of hats you reckon you could wear at the same time? Like Team Fortress style? Just stack them up? I don't know, man. I'm pretty good with balance. I think I could just stack them up till my neck breaks. How do you zoom out so far on your map? On my map? Like just mouse wheel? Just mouse wheel up and down? Does a beanie count as a hat? Sure. Goes on your head. If it goes on your head, it gets a hat, right? Like, if I can get Chip to stand on my head, he's a hat. I'm on a forum thread. At least now I know why it got bugged. I opened my mail before the game had patched. Oh. Mug may have his field of view far into settings. Does that mean your hair is a hat? I feel like your hair is part of your head if it's connected. But if you have like a toupee on or a wig, I feel like then it's a hat, but it's like a secret hat. It's a hat on the down low.
Your journey kit now. Shatter the armor of the flesh
Are headphones a hat? Yes. You know, everybody's so preoccupied asking if a hot dog is a sandwich, and they're ignoring the real question. If you put the hot dog on your head, is the hot dog a hat? Yeah. What do you do when you have all the legendaries? Do you just do metas for fun then? I mean, like right now, I'm just doing an open world meta that I enjoy. Not because I really need anything from it, but, you know, I'll make some money. Yeah, I'm just doing it to hang out with the community right now. That's more of a content creator answer than a gamer answer, but yeah. If you have all the legendaries, you've probably already gotten thousands of hours of Guild Wars 2. And yeah, if you need a break, you know, take a break. But if you're still having fun, hit, you know, go around and hit whatever you want to hit. For legal reasons, I meant in-game. Kyle, calm down. Is shampoo a hat? Until you rinse it off, yes. Come on, you've never made shampoo bubbles and made a hat out of shampoo bubbles? Make a big old Santa Claus beard? Of course it's a hat. Didn't you tell us to rob graves yesterday? What? No. Indiana Jones did. What I said was, it looks like the thief new class is an archaeologist. It's just gonna rob dead people now that it's done robbing live people. It's a wet, messy hat. What is better, Quickness, Power, Herald, a dual sword, or great sword? I don't know which one's better. I will say my personal enjoyment ranks great sword higher because I love that block counter move. Like when the enemy, when like the giant titan jumps up and I just hit block and then it lands and I'm like smack. It's very satisfying. I love the block counter on the Revenant greatsword. Hmm. 4K hours here, all homestead, all legendaries except relic, sigils, and runes. All thanks to lovely guy Muck and his awesome guys. Aww. So sweet. It's very much F around and find out. What's your favorite class? I play Ranger the most. Behind that is Inji and Necro, and then the other 6 aren't even close. Paid chatter. Charmon, you've won giveaways before, so you literally are a paid chatter. Get out of here with that. Mark, what is a class that is very colorful that the spell effects would take a while to get bored of? Maybe Mesmer? I mean, it's all purple butterflies and stuff, but it looks pretty wicked. He doesn't even pay his mods. Flute, you have won so many giveaways, you're more of a paid chatter than Charmon is. Like, I have funded half of the yarn in your house. Can't believe Muck has paid chatters. Oh my gosh. I mean, look, they're chatting, I'm receiving chats, they're getting money, there's no downside. There's no downside. What is better, Revwa's spear or greatsword? I've told you my preference. I like that full counter move.
Weak they are. Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
I thought they were bots. They were bots? What, Flute and Charmon? Yeah, they can be a little beat boop sometimes. Especially when Flute is hacking the Rift Breaker and getting, like, max tier weapons half hour into the game. Total bot behavior. I wanted to ask why Hawk Pet is the best pet for Ranger now. Okay, so that one's pretty simple. Essentially, there are some math nerds over at Snooker. I'm going to resurrect that whole pile of people. Just a moment. Hold on. Oh! Okay. There were some math nerds over at Snow Crows, and they said, Hawk is the best DPS pet now. And I said, okay. And then I started using it. That's it. I did it because the math nerds told me to. It was like, when I just need pure damage. Missed one? No, he should have climbed into the red circle. That's on him. Now, I don't know if it's changed since the last time I checked, but last time I checked, they said Hawk was best. Dang it! My mass res hasn't cooled down again yet. Greer's lower than us is waiting. Good evening, everybody. What's up, X4?
Insulting creatures.
There we go. Oh my god, again, it's over! It's over! I'm mass resing. Decima's like, ah, you got me. Poof, just like shot one more Glock at those guys, and they got hit again. Are there any mechanics other than red circle once every few seconds? Seems like a damage sponge. Well, this is an open world boss, right? This does a downstate Ellie using misform dodge mass res? Yep, I hate him. Everyone who has played support hates Ellies. They love misforming out of your res skills and putting your res skills on cooldown, and then they ask for help after. Let's see. What are we talking about? Any mechanic of the fight. So on that fight, it's mostly red stuff is bad, and you just move out of it. But it is an open world fight. The other Titan, which is down here, is Greer, and he's annoying. He corrupts your boons. So, like, you had might, and it becomes, like, weakness. You know, you had regen, it becomes poison. Stuff like that. He is really annoying, which is why I always come fight this one. Because this one's less bothersome. But, yeah, the open world mechanics are typically simpler than, like, the raid versions. His stability, get feared. Yeah. Guru sucks. Yeah, he's annoying. Okay, let's just port over here. All right, chat, I need a quick bio break. I will be right back, and then we'll get back to it. Okay. Chat, my son's plushie just arrived. So we now have 2 of them in the house. There we go. Muck's not home. He can't stop us. What did you do? 2 of them? Yeah, so the mine that I have held up on stream, the one that's on my shelf, is the prototype. It was the very first one. And then once they started getting mass-produced, he wanted one too. So, you know, he got one. My plushie just arrived. Nice! That's awesome. This is getting out of hand, yeah. Let's see. Mine is supposed to arrive today. That's awesome. I'm so glad everyone seems to be happy with them. I'm glad that they came out well. This is my first time sending a physical product to people's houses. If they got them and they were like, Muck, this sucks. I'd be like, oh. I'd be so sad. Like, no, I'm sorry. My parents won't let me. Your parents won't let you. Let's see, Tarir. Muck, any chance of a Janthir convergence? CMs. I'm not really feeling like it right now, honestly. Maybe some other time. Will you ever be a plushie, Muck? Will I ever be a plushie? Good morning, love seeing your stream 2 days in a row. What's up, Calvin? I'm here every day. I haven't missed a day in 7 years. You come in as many days in a row as you want. Bertrue says, my plushie is in Chicago. Oh gosh. I hope it's strapped. Glock included. Let's see. Where are we at? Hearthorns, Auric. Meta event train. I bet this is full. Yeah, that's full. Alright. Meta taxi. Full. Meta train. Full. Wish they had IPs so I could block those. North. Yay! There we go. No Glock, but I've heard they have a knife. Is there no south right now? Oh my god. Alright, I guess I better step up. Alright, so... Oh, wait. As soon as I did that, it, like, they rendered right then. Hi. What's up?
Gabe made homemade pizza for lunch.
Gabe made.
He, with my supervision, so we saved you 2 slices.
Okay. Alright. Thank you both. Chat, I was never trained how to cook by my parents. So, after moving out, I was like, yo, Eggo waffles and canned soup, you know? So, I told my wife some time ago, I was like, I want Gabe to have a better start than I did with cooking. Can you start including him, like, 1 night a week or something? Teach him what you know, because you're a fantastic cook, and I don't know squat. Like, I'm a read the directions and do exactly what they say, and then that's it. You know? And apparently, he just, with my wife's supervision, made homemade pizza. So, here you go. It's good. It's good. No, it's fine. It's simple. Cheese and pepperoni. Why the fork? Because I don't want to get greasy hands while I'm at the computer. That's why. Rat poison kicks in 2 minutes. You're trying to get pale? You good? I'm always pale. That's my secret, Tony. I'm always pale. Cooking classes starter pack, have him level chef and goers too. Growing up when we had larger meals, you either had to help cook or do dishes, clean up. I often was doing the dishes when I lived with my parents. Muck, I recommend she teaches him how to use a stainless steel pan. I think we have some of that. I'd have to ask. We haven't really discussed that at all. Eating pizza with a fork is a crime against humanity. I said I just didn't want to get greasy fingers while I'm using a keyboard and mouse. That's it. I don't do this if I'm at the table. Honestly, this conversation reminds me of that meme where you're at a friend's house and he's like, oh, here, just use my second controller, bro. And he gives you one that's like covered in Cheeto dust. And you're like, no. Greasy fingers are a must for Weaver. What? What are you talking about? Bruce Wayne eats burgers with a fork. With a fork. I don't think I've ever eaten a burger with a fork. I have had times where my wife brought me like nuggets and fries. Like they were like frozen nuggets and frozen fries, you know, and she put them in like an air fryer. And she brought me those for lunch while I was at the computer. And so I had fries with a fork that day. Again, just didn't want greasy fingers. I think that's the only time I've done that though. Monk, do you know of any gizmos that shoot you up? I know of the experimental rifle and portal rifle that jump you forward but not up, other than one of the things from Waystation. Oh yeah, the Medizuka from the Waystation does it. I don't know. I don't do much with gizmos. Chad, do any of you know of a gizmo that launches you straight up into the air? Got a obscure question here. Okay, I'm just going to chalk that up to being on EU. I was in a dodge animation there. My guy was like mid backflip and then died from that. Skill issue. I feel like I'm going to ban you, I swear to God. There's so much going on the screen. How do you keep track of not dying? As you can see, I did not. I did not keep track of not dying. No healthcare issue? Yeah, I'm on EU. That boss had more healthcare than me. Your very supportive family make me smile. They're awesome. Like when I started doing this, streaming as a hobby, it was just that. It was a hobby. My wife worked full-time, I worked full-time. Gabe was a great kid. And typically, like, my streams would be, like, after they went to bed, I did this for fun. And that was it. When I started, doing this full-time, it kind of worked out because when Gabe would get home from school, I would be, here, and I could, do, like, dad stuff with him in between the morning and the evening streams. And then later on, when my wife started to hate her job, I was doing well enough that we were okay with her leaving her job. So that was like a sacrifice of a bit of income for happiness because she just hated her job. But yeah. So now, ever since then, she mostly takes care of like, the house. Of course, we help, we do chores and stuff, but she does most of the house, upkeep and meal stuff while I play video games all day. Did you change mic? Recently, there was like an update and it kind of scuffed some of the settings and I tweaked it and I tried to get it back to how it was, but I guess I didn't get it exactly back to how it was. Is me Mike the little guy next to you? Yes. Give him a coffee. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm behind on redeems. I'll give everyone a refund, but I'll still do them. She's the mom and you're the second kid. I mean, in terms of meal prep, sure. In terms of everything else, no. Which camera do you recommend if you want to start streaming? Hello, Pinnock. I don't have, like, a lot of knowledge of various cameras. All I can tell you is what I have been using for years, which there's a link in the chat right now that has all my hardware on it if you want to see.
Chat, I gave ChatGPT a question about relics and it's been thinking for the past 5 minutes. Should I be worried about the amount of energy this question is using? At this rate it'll consume more than LA on a hot day in the summer.
Oh my god. Oh. Thank you, Guild Wars 3 fan. He talks with donation? Mm-hmm. He is the voice of chat. Is this thing on? What's up, Matt? It's on. I see you. Anything Mimuk says is the voice of truth. I don't know if I would go that far. You guys make him say some weird stuff sometimes. Voice of chat but needs to be bribed to talk. I mean, he's a middleman. He's got to make some business somehow. How come every new zone you enter has a cool animation with the letters switching? It's an add-on called Regions of Tyria. If you do exclamation ROT, there's a guide on it if you want it. I'm like, hi Lucida, how you doing? You should make class-specific accessories for the plush. You're not the first person to suggest that. I mean, I could totally, with ArenaNet's permission, like redo the same plushie but with a few accessories. You know, like give him a longbow and put like a ranger logo on his back or something, or give him, I don't know, like the engineer logo on his back and give him like a big scrapper hammer or something like that. Like that is totally something that we could do. I don't know how many people would be interested in getting the same Asura plushie with different accessories, but it is something that could be done. I'd be concerned about the interest in such an endeavor. Right now, I'm more interested in getting the permission to do the other ideas I had, like Blish and Tybalt and Orain, stuff like that. Just give him a knife. Just give him a knife. We are re-releasing the Asura plushie now with Psycho accessories. Gyro keychain. I would collect them all like Pokemon. Yeah, really the only concern I have is any plushie idea I have to sell at least 200 or the company won't make them. So, like if it sells like 150, they just full refund everybody. Now, there was no problem with that on the previous one. The existing plushie sold 750 almost. So, that we were way over that concern. But that is just like the small concern on all future ideas. Hey Mike, do you stream to midnight? My evening stream goes until midnight. This is my morning stream. I'll be here for another hour, and then I'll raid someone, so if you're here for drops, you'll still get them.
And we'll bite deep. Thanks to the commander, we've got extras on hand.
I'd buy Tybalt if I could figure out affordable shipping to India. I will say that the company that I'm working with that did the plushie that, you know, is getting, arriving at people's houses right now, they do worldwide shipping. So, I don't know about the cost. I think it was like $8 or something. But, they did have worldwide shipping. Thank you then. Can I see you later? Alright, see you, Combo. Are you familiar with how Destiny 2 does achievements that allow you to buy... oh, I scrolled off, hang on. Badges and things? You should make rewards for legendaries so they can buy plush accessories if they earn something in the game. So it's a cute muck and also bragging rights. That would be cool. Didn't Path of Exile have something like that? Like if you get all the achievements in a season, they'll send you like a t-shirt or something? Are there plushies? We did a plushie campaign a couple of months ago, and this was it right here. They're not currently for sale now, but they're like the shipping is almost done. Like it's arriving at people's houses now, the people that order them. So, and we're now that like it was a very fun idea. And it worked out great. And now that I've got all the connections, I can more easily get more plushies made. But I have a lot of ideas, and one of them is already in progress, and another requires permission from ArenaNet, so I'm waiting on them to get back to me. I don't think so. For 40 out of 40 in PoE, you got cosmetics, so that's it as far as I'm aware. I swear there was something about t-shirts. Maybe it was just early seasons. Maybe it was before they got as big as they are now. They're cute. Thank you. I just saw the X-Pac trailer. The new models for enemies look impressive. I'm glad they are finally adding some new elite specs. Just wish I knew what they were going to be. Yeah, me too. I assume they will do the beta for them again like last time. Yes, they said there will be a beta in like late August where we get to play them for like a week. Then we should know more about what the specs are next week. Muck, name my female Asura Ranger. Put me on the spot here. I don't know. Someone in chat said Plink. That's kind of cute. Shooty McShoot. Baba Yaga? No, I would not do Baba Yaga. It was very early leagues of Path of Exile where you got t-shirts for achievements. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Okay. Nice to know I'm not too crazy. There was, I think it was Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. They actually had a thing where if you did a game on max difficulty with like every additional challenge setting turned on, you would get this like token thing in the mail. They would like send you this physical reward. And only like 13 people managed to do it. It was like insanely difficult. I love stories like that, where there's just some kind of crazy challenge thing and they send you something physical if you manage to do it. I love that kind of stuff. Sometimes I forget what server I'm playing on, but on DBS, I always am like, oh, everybody's just burning the boss. This is EU. Hey, we res those two. Is it different from US? Yeah, there's some metas that the different regions have come up with different strategies. In the US, the NA servers, they typically go around and kill all the ads. And that results in a champion loot bag for every ad, so they get more loot, but it does take more time. On EU, they just burn down the boss, so they get less loot, but they're done faster. So, pros and cons. Alright, that went pretty well. Pretty smooth. Honestly, if ArenaNet put in physical items you could buy for achievements if you achieved it in-game, rip my wallet. That'd be pretty neat. I have another one named Are You Skritting Me? That's funny. Let's see. Titanic Voyage in a few minutes. Waypoint not found. Huh? It's weird. You know what? I should take a picture of that. Hang on. Wait, do I have the newest version of this? Hang on. Because if I tell them, oh, hey, there's a bug, they'll be like, update. No, it's on the newest one. All right, hang on. All right, give me a sec. I'm going to report this to the devs just so they know. FYI, event table has this error when attempting to teleport to a Titanic voyage. Waypoint not found, it looks like. Okay. Alright. And then we'll just go there manually. That's where it should take you, is right there. When will we get a hollow type of thing flying over our head IRL if we get commander tag? My most recent Asura, a warrior, is called 3 feet small. 3 feet small? Hola, Mike. Hi, Kuma. Which of the new elite specs you're looking forward to the most? I really want to try Bard. Hopefully they expand on the music composition with other musical instruments like the minstrel. I need to know kind of what they're going to... Like, we don't even know the gist of the classes. Like, the thing that looks like a guardian just has an angry lamp behind him. I don't know what that is. Like, I need to know a little bit about what they do. Like, the Elementalist has the Firefox. I don't even know if it's a pet spec or if it just floats above her like a gyro. I need to know a little bit about what they do to decide. 3 minutes. I am making a group for the Bavanisos thing. Let's see. Meta. There we go. I am very good with names. Are you on EU or NA? I'm on EU. This is a healthcare Bavanisos. Hopefully we have more healthcare than the Titan does. I wonder what the other elements will do. Will they all be foxes? Or will there be like a wind weasel, earth raccoon, and water snake? Water snake. It's a big old gross leech. My favorite Asura is my mechanist named Om Nom Becky, with a mech named Om Nom Berry and the title Om Nom Nomivore. Becky likes to snack, I guess. Have you ever considered doing something similar to Zero to Hero? I've considered it because honestly I think it would be very easy, but I honestly think I would be bored. So for anyone who's new to my channel, last year we played 110 games. Now typically whenever Guild Wars 2 has new stuff, that's my #1. But the rest of the time I do a lot of different things. And the idea of playing Guild Wars 2 from scratch again a second time doesn't really sound fun to me. I feel like that's something I could do when I'm out of other ideas for my YouTube channel. And I'm not out of ideas. So, like, if I was out of ideas, I could do that just, you know, as something. But it's like, low on my list. Overlord says, Muk, since they are no longer tied using a new weapon to an elite spec because of Weapon Master, I assume that frees them up to focus on the actual design rather than trying to design something around a particular weapon. Yeah, I agree with you. Admok, check Blish HUD updates again. There was an up arrow for the event table and it said update. Wait, what? Hold on. I thought I checked that. No, there's not. Bird, I think you were looking at the wrong thing. Update that one too. I don't think... Okay, I don't think that is the add-on that we were talking about, but... Sure. However, I'm not going to test it here. I'm not going to test it right now because I could get locked out of this map. First time seeing you in game. Hello, Freya. It's my first time seeing you in game as well. It's both our lucky day. In your variety of games, have you ever played any Zachtronics? Doesn't ring a bell. I don't think so. I just logged into the game and the map and I found you. Here I am. You know, I think I'm going to do quick heal. Mike, I mentioned earlier, but was asking if you liked Condi Druid or had any thoughts on the build. What's your favorite Hammer Ranger build? I'm not fond of playing Condi Druid, and the answer is simple. Condi DPS Druid cannot provide alacrity well, and on top of that, it also doesn't have lots of access to CC compared to power builds. Like, if I wanted to... If it's just Condi, it's fine, but I feel like you could do the same damage with a power build and also have access to more CC on demand. Like, and I love Druid. Druid's probably my most played class of the game, but I just don't really like the tools available to the Condi Druid. Hi, Muk, thank you for your work. Which glyph would you pick for unlimited gathering tools right now? Volatility is still the best one in 90% of situations. There's a few situations where Volatile's not the best, but those are rare. So, IMO, if you don't have enough Volatile for each of your characters, pick that. Thank you. Sure. What are the other 10%? So, there is a few occasions where there's just like... Okay. There's a spot in Malkor's Leap that's got like a huge pile of Elderwood trees. If you've got Glyph of Reaping, you can just go and just cut all of them down. And you can just have a character there and log in once an hour, log in, log out. And in 2 seconds, you get like a bunch of Elderwood. And now, if someone had volatility, it would take them longer to chop all those trees, but they would get more, more resources because of the glyph. But if you're just, time, there are situations where reaping is just, wham bam, thank you tree. So it depends what your goal is.
So the good counselor has volunteered to come along and sanction them. Isn't that right?
grab, let's see, reminder to grab an EMP. For getting hero points as a new character, any quick pointers? Any quick pointers? For on a new character, the main pointer would just be you look at the icons on the map, because the hero points are all clearly marked on the map. I could take Daynat. Malaromain, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. What route? I mean, sorry. What route? I don't know what you mean. Because, I mean, I don't even know what character you made. So, like, typically, if I'm making a new character, I'll usually do map comp. So, like, I'll finish the first zone, then go to the next zone, so on and so on. And, of course, in each zone, there's a bunch of hero points that you can get. And you can always go to the newbie zones for other races. Like, for example, if you finish the human newbie area, you could then go to the Sylvari newbie area. Stuff like that. Hero points for Willbender. Okay, can you just type the whole question out all at once? You, like, sort of asked a question, I answered it, and then you're like, oh, well, no, I actually meant, and then I answered that, and then you're like, well, no, I actually meant. Can you just use all your big boy words at one time, and then we'll figure this out? Oh my God. He's like, yo, for 3 easy payments of $9.99, you unlock 4 more words. Michael, what Blishhead modules are you using? Mounts and More, Event Table, Mystic Crafting, off the top of my head.
It's just like Gorsaval.
What's better, Hersha or Maudry? Herda has a very, very rare chance of an infusion. Maudry does not have that chance. So there's a chance when you use Herda to make 2,000 gold. It's very rare, but it can happen. So I say Herda wins. It's the Aurelium infusion, I believe, from Tarir. So most of my bloodstone dust goes into the Herda converter.
I miscalculated the odds.
Oh, I got stunned. Hey, we res here. Got 4. CC time. CC time. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, not even close. I am bending my chair in half right down the middle right now, chat. $55, we're coming up on the next CC thing. My plushie just arrived and he brought Halo vinyls with him. Nice. Now that is a guest. Oh my gosh. So nervous, I'm French. On.
My role has ended.
Will bards hit their enemies through their instruments to do damage? No one knows. Except employees at ArenaNet. And they're being greedy with that information. They're not telling us. Close. Oh my god, you were ready. Muck you. Someone in chat was ready. They had their finger on the button. Dude, I'm imagining at the 75 and 50%, they were like, not yet. No, not yet. Now. Accurate, yeah. I got kidnapped. I get those 4. GG. Oh wait, there's more meta. I thought we were done. That's the hardest part of the meta. I feel like it's over. When they officially reveal Mesmer Bard, your thumbnail should be a muck version of the melting Chris Pine face meme from the D&D movie. I haven't seen the D&D movie, but I've seen the clip of that. I know what you're talking about. I mean, my first thought when I think of thumbnail-worthy Bard stuff is, this guy. I feel like he's the first thing that comes to my mind. How do you jump so high without the bunny? Bunny goes up. Sky scale with full training goes more up. Hey guys, 6 days till Arena tells us about homestead overhauls instead of specs. Yeah. Yeah. Would unlocking Hidden Garden be worth it? I don't know. I mean, depends what you want from it, like resources. But I know a lot of people do alt parking there. But I have not. How do I unlock that part of the map? This Bavanisos is the final section of Janthier Wilds. If you just follow the story, you'll get here. Alright, so now the goal is to heal these turtles and keep them alive until they break the wall. Mike, do you do community raids? I have many times in the past. I haven't done that anytime recently. Like right now we're doing a community Babanisos. So bunny is useless. Once you get all mounts, the bunny is the only one that's kind of entirely replaced. Because the bunny goes up, but Skyscale goes more up. However, it does have a good CC, which it had a spot in the game for a long time due to that, but now the revamped Warclaw and also the Siege Turtle do more CC. So it's been overshadowed in those as well. So, once you're still collecting the mounts, the bunny is absolutely 100% useful. But once you get everything, it's overshadowed. So I was actually super surprised to hear that they're doing a skimmer overhaul and not a bunny overhaul in the next one. Because the skimmer is still solid at what it does, so I'm surprised to hear they're doing changes to that. The bunny can't be saved. It just needs to go more and more up. Don't turn it into glue. Mike, what would you add to the bunny? Well, if we were to take inspiration from the Sky Scale and the Skimmer revamps, it needs a gun. Maybe 2. Allow 2 people on the bunny. Jackal being absolutely forgotten. No. I said every mount has uses except bunny once you have everything. I was including the Jackal. The Jackal is forever going to be useful because it's the only way to traverse sand portals. Additionally, it has the very unique power of being the fastest mount to traverse going uphill. Because when you teleport forward on the Jackal, like I just did you see that? It doesn't care if it's uphill or downhill, it goes the same distance. So like when a raptor leaps downhill, it goes really far. When it leaps uphill, it hardly moves at all. When a jackal goes downhill or uphill, it goes the same distance, so it's the fastest uphill. Which is odd, but sure. Do you think Unlock Griffin is worth it, or should I go for Skyscale instead? I have every mount unlocked, and I do use almost every mount a little bit. I would say I get the most use out of Skyscale and Warclaw currently. So, just for the amount of usage I get out of it, I would get the Skyscale before the Griffin if it were me. No, don't let it make the macrophage! Crap, made the macrophage. How long does it take to unlock Skyscale? Alright, if you have access to Secrets of the Obscure, and you're doing the Secrets of the Obscure method of getting a Skyscale, I would say, like, playing all day on a Saturday, you could get it done. In most cases. If you're doing the Path of Fire method, the older, slower method, playing a little bit each day for, like, a week, maybe, but it takes a bit longer. Your experience may differ slightly. Alright. Three-day time gate, though? They did away with most of the time gates for the OG Skyscale, didn't they? When it first came out, there was a lot of steps that were like, come back tomorrow. But now, I think it's, most of them are like, come back in 5 minutes.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Clap, clap. Does it cost a lot of gold, the Soto method? If you do exclamation skyscale in my chat, I have a video guide on the Soto method. I don't have every step committed to memory, but I've got a breakdown of the whole thing in video form if you want it. Is the giveaway over? I did 5 giveaways yesterday. I don't have anything giveaway-wise planned today. Ah! Oh, wow. Shadebot. I forgot I have to watch my hit points. That's a lot of orange circles. Mike, do you prefer old or new Skyscale method? The thing is, you're eventually going to want to do both, because they both give abilities to the Skyscale. So, like, if you do one of the methods and then you do the other, it's going to, your Skyscale is going to get more skills. So you're going to want to eventually do both of them. But I would say do the Soto one first because it's faster, and then you can enjoy having it, and then do the other one as you have time. Sky skills? Yeah, sky skills. Plus the Soto method, also, if you want it, after you get it, there is a Cryptus Skyscale skin. It's one of the few mount skins in the game that's, you know, from gameplay and not from Gem Store. Is something you can get after you get the Soto Skyscale. But then, on the flip side of that, the Path of Fire Skyscale is needed to start certain legendaries. Is it Vision, I think? So, if you plan on doing those, you're going to need, that. So, like, if you're trying to get Vision done ASAP, you might want to, you know, knock that out first. No, the macrophage again. We're not doing too good at stopping these macrophages. The rotisserie chicken sky scale? Yeah. You're not wrong. We're gonna do a 10-man res here. Okay, got 5. Nice, alright, that was all of them. Guild Wars Twins-Day? Yes. Yo. So I was trying to be clever, because I usually have the stream title on Tuesdays as Guild Wars Tuesday with a 2. And then I was like, well, we're playing on Wednesday, which is not normal for our channel, so I'll do Guild Wars Twins Day. And someone popped in, and they were like, Guild Wars 2 ends today? Like, no. Alright, I guess I wasn't as clever as I thought I was. Freaking scaring the newbies. Mug, are you quitting Guild Wars 2? Yes. In 15 minutes, I am quitting it, and I will not be back for at least 5 hours. You'll never see me again for 5 hours. My Kate says she's leaving for 5 hours to get milk. We are out of milk. Found that out the hard way when I tried to eat that spicy food yesterday. What weapon will use Bard? What weapon will use Bard? Dagger. Guild Wars 3 is second until Muck announces if ANET can't release it. Now we wait until we see who we have to have res. My issue with spicy is that I need more than medium but less than extra. Depending on who's cooking, we may have a situation. Honestly, your description, Maverick, the first thing it made me think of is like when women are buying clothes. And they're like, oh, what size do you wear? And I'm just like, oh, you know, this many inches waistline. That's it. That's all the information you need. And they're like, oh, well, if it's this brand, it's a 3. If it's this brand, it's a 4. If it's this brand, it's a 5. If it's this brand, it's a 1, extra fluffy. And if it's this brand, I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Why are they so complicated? Also, no pockets. Olivia addresses the group. All right, we finished it. The meta is done. GG, y'all. GG. All right. Nice. Oh, look. See, we've almost filled up the first page of our bag again, and we just cleaned it yesterday. Which meta is this? Bava Nisos. Why can't I leave? Why? Where's my pet? My pet's fighting something, John. There he is. He's getting in trouble over here. He's like, gang, 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 gang. How do you not instantly want to open all the boxes? I paid for 480 inventory slots. I'm going to use 480 inventory slots. That's how it is. That's because women come in all shapes and sizes. So do men. All humans come in all shapes and sizes. Anyway, that's a fight with the clothing industry, not for here. Do you have a rough estimate for how much you sponsored ArenaNet so far? How much I sponsored ArenaNet for? I like how you don't think ArenaNet sponsored me to play their game. They think I sponsored them to make a game for me to play. That's great. Men are all Ken dolls. I'm glad we're not. I support you in your hoarding, Muck, but you need to talk to someone. I know some people. Muck is a closet hoarder, and he wants more loot to have loot. Muck is John Guild Wars. John Guild Wars. Where do you earn more gold on CM Fractals when the infusions are count bound? CM Fractals just drop a ton of gold. CM Fractals give you a whole bunch of gray items, and you just sell them to merchants, and you'll just get like 20 gold. Like, you just get a bunch of gold just straight up. It's not really about selling infusions. Sunken, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. John Guild Wars is a char appropriate name. I feel like it'd be a human with sunglasses. Hey, Mugga Chat, thanks for the stream yesterday. I got the glasses. Nice, Velmore. I got them too. I left Iron Maiden stream open last night when I went to bed. So when I woke up this morning, I had all the drops. Easy. John Helldiver is calling. Very important conference. I get anxious when I have 7 unopened bags in my inventory. Search consumables. Let's see. Shoot. It's in the background. Hamburgers. Oh, I don't think I need to hang on to this. Caps lock, inventors, sunglasses, skin. Oh, wow! A 20 stack of Ascended salvage kits. That's pretty nice for just a random drop. I'll take it. Streamer luck. You tell me to open the stuff right now, I'm doing it. Let's see, dragon stands. Get more machetes so I don't run out. Tangled depths. Gullet. Okay. Alright, deposit all. And we're down to that. Let's go to the merchant real quick. And sell the fractal potions, because I've got the infinite one. And let's see. Fractal keys. Alright, so let's hit sell to see. 151, sell junk. 157. It's a low roll today, so I just got like 6 gold worth of just coin. Deposits. Alright, so oh. Where's the blue stack? There we go. So, I need that stuff. Let's do the blues. What's your account value? Oh god, I don't know. Someone asked me yesterday, and I showed it yesterday, and I've forgotten again. I can pull it up. Hang on. It's thinking. When I do fractals, should I open the crates or sell them? I usually open the crates. Sometimes you get good stuff. Like I just got this 20 stack of Ascended salvage kits. Okay, person who asked my account value. This is what GW2 efficiency says. Mr. Monk, do you have your home instance fully stocked? How much did it cost? I do, and it was just a side project I did over a very long period of time. I do not know how much it cost. I didn't keep track. I found it to be a fun activity, so I didn't think about it. You're rich AF? Well, I do giveaways every single week. And I want to remind you guys, typically I play all day Tuesday and then like 10 minutes every other day just to keep the money flowing in. And then I use it for giveaways. Like I don't really do anything else with it. Let's see. Laranthier's book. Okay, there's actually some recipes I don't have here. Don't need that. Wanderer's Draconic. I think I have all these. Alright, there is this right here. Let's just swap it with that for a second. Any items that are unidentified that are in your shared inventory will not get eaten by salvage kits while you're salvaging all. So you can put something up there if you need to for just a second so it doesn't get salvaged. Me Mug plushie is fun size next to my other plushies. I'm just, if you're happy with it, I'm happy. Question, glyphs you recommend for homestead boxes. I already have volatile on my main character. Volatile is the best one. So I would put volatile in the homestead boxes too. What salvage kit is that you use with the greens? Rune crafters. The TLDR is copper fed. You use for whites and blues. Rune crafters for greens. Silver fed for yellows and oranges. If you want to know why all that is, exclamation salvage. I got a video on that. Let's see. See if there's anything else here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Salvage yellows. Okay. And get that, and that, and that, and that. I think that's everything. Deposit all that, and get that one. Let's see. So we got an ascended couple of rings here. Break that one, break that one. So I got 2 ascended rings from the 3 fractals I did today. Let's see. Go here, sell, and then sell the spoon. Toss the bone skinner thingies. I don't know why someone sent me this. Howdy, howdy, what bag satchels are these? Hello, Street. Oh, wow. Wait, what? The 62 gold? Okay, this will go in the giveaway vault. Yo, I thought someone just sent me a couple of weird french fries or something. Those are 32 slot bags. If you are interested in that, exclamation bags, the second link that comes up in the chat has got a guide on making bigger bags. Chicken meat be expensive? Yeah, for real. Viper's armor, don't need that. Milling stones are starting to overflow. So we're just gonna take like 1,000 of these and sell them because they're starting to spill out into my bags. Alright, anything else? It's 159, so I think that's probably good for now. I'll take the purple balls off your hands. You're always going for the purple balls. Sell at merchant? I think I already did that. Yeah, sell junk is grayed out. We already did that. Would you consider heal necro a decent choice in high fractals? Need to be more specific. Do you mean heal scourge or heal harbinger? Heal scourge? The answer is absolutely yes. Heal harbinger is so new, I don't have an opinion yet. Like, heal harbinger just popped into existence just, like, recently. So I'm not really sure what my opinion of that is yet. Heal warrior? Again, heal warrior. Are you talking about heal bladesworn or heal berserker? But I would say both are fine for fractals. Hey there, Muck. Have a question. You might be too long to answer. that might be too long to answer, but I used to play Guild Wars 2 a lot. I got into raiding and endgame content quite heavily. Stopped playing about 3 years ago. I was thinking about getting back in chill mode, but I noticed expansions and stuff. Can you please give me some kind of update? Sorry for a long message. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna use my own referral link to open their store here. So, in the last few years, they released... hang on a sec. So, you said, when did you last play? 3 years ago? Okay, so I don't know if you played End of Dragons. They released End of Dragons, which was a big expansion. Just like Path of Fire and Heart of Thorns were big expansions. Then they started making smaller expansions. Secrets of the Obscure was the first smaller one, then Janthier, and they just announced Visions of Eternity, which comes out in October. So you can absolutely just jump to the end if you want and play the most recent thing, which is currently Janthier Wilds until October. I will say though, they're all pretty good. Like there's some things that are better than others in all of them, right? None of them are perfect, but all of them are more Guild Wars 2 content. If you like Guild Wars 2 content, they all offer more to do and more good stuff. Like End of Dragons added fishing and boats and a new elite specialization, so a new way to play the game. Secrets of the Obscure added weapon master training and expanded weapon proficiency, so everyone got access to more weapons, which again offered many new ways of playing the game. So there are many builds in the game that people played that use the weapon training from this. Janthier Wilds just came out and everyone got access to spears as a land weapon. It used to previously be just a water weapon. Skyscale got a bunch of got a new way of getting the Skyscale in this one. Janthier Wilds did a overhaul on the Warclaw, made it really, really good in all game modes. Also added Homestead, which was like player housing, if you're into that. And then Visions of Eternity, they just announced literally yesterday. It comes out in October. I feel like a noob. Okay, so hold on though. If it were me, I would literally just get the expansions and play them in order because they all offer some really good stuff that will affect you in all your future gameplay. So Janthier also had a new raid wing. Yes, it did. Yes. How do the drops work? Twitch drops work by just watching a Twitch channel, and as long as you're watching that channel, you will keep getting progress on the drops. Additionally, you will need to go to, I'm going to put a link in the Twitch chat. I think you go to that link and you need to connect your Guild Wars 2 account with your Twitch account. Once you have gotten the drops, then at that link, you will need to click, like it'll just be like claim, 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 claim. You just click claim on each item, and then it will send those items to your in-game mail. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So like last night, because I don't get drops while I'm streaming the game, I have to be a viewer just like you guys. So when I finished my stream last night, I tuned in to another Guild Wars 2 streamer, left the stream open, went to bed, came back the next, this morning, and I had all the drops. And so I got all that stuff and sent it to my mailbox. That's it. Muck, how long will you be streaming tonight? Hey, Maul, I am wrapping up my morning stream right now. I'm about to raid somebody. I will be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream if you wish to join us then, but if you're just trying to get drops, I'm about to raid someone in just a moment. Can I use you to get my Twitch drops? Yes, but I will be passing you guys over to another streamer in just a second because I'm almost out of time. Sleepy says, Muck, Harrier, Firebrand, or Minstrel Scourge? Which is more effective in PvE and or
over
World
3 years of great content.
I would
Thank you, Mukluk.
You're very welcome. I would say Scourge is easier to play, and Firebrand has a higher skill cap. Because Scourge, you're constantly pumping out healing, and Barrier, and cleansing like every 4 seconds, and the Barrier itself. Barrier increases your max health by up to 50%. So if you've got 20k health, you can have 10k of Barrier on you, and then you have basically 30k health. So Scourge is the, just constantly slam the keys, and everybody's pretty cozy. Firebrand is a higher skill cap. You need to, it has got a very fragile class, but it has a lot of active defense. So if you see the hit coming, you can hit Aegis and completely negate it. But if you're not good at doing like Aegis and stuff like that, you may get slammed into the ground multiple times. So I would say Firebrand has a higher skill cap to it, but also has access to more tools if you are good at using them. I'm surprised that Living World 2, 3, 4, 5 hasn't been rolled into Hot and POF combo wholly. It feels like that's the one part that keeps me from recommending this game to others out of Asterisk. Agree. Weird dude. I think they should do that as well. Yo, Muck, am I crazy or are we getting more than one raid in this new X-Pack? Janthier got a raid. And then the next expect Visions of Eternity, they have announced that it's getting a new raid, and also they're doing something to streamline strikes and raids. I don't know how they're doing that, maybe a new group finder or something, but they mentioned that as well. Did you see Cannon is playing Guild Wars 2 now? I don't know Cannon, but I actually raided him at the end of my stream the other day and said hi to him. And right when I got there, Iron Maiden freaking mailed him a legendary spear, so she's spoiling him on Rotten and not making him earn anything. So this guy's a brand new player in the game. He's got a full mailbox of 500 gold he can't withdraw, and has a legendary spear that he just got, and he can't even wield it on land because he hasn't gotten to Janthier yet. I'm just like, oh my gosh. The guy's spoiled rotten. Let's see. Do you think they'll ever do something about the million types of drops and reduce it to just a couple? They've done something like that a couple of times. But, like, for example, the wallet. There's a lot of currencies in the wallet from the various times of the game, right? Strikes used to have, what was it? Blue and green and red shards? And now I think it's just, like, blue for the older ones and green for the newer ones or something like that. But there used to be more, and then they streamlined it a little bit. Dungeon currencies. There used to be, like, 12 different dungeon currencies, and now they've merged them all into Tales of Dungeon Delving. So they do periodically reduce the amount of currencies and stuff like that, but they constantly introduce new ones too, so it's a constant battle. I'm standing next to Muck, like, oh my god, I'm standing next to Draz, what's up? The guy with the red infusion in Twilight. Very edgy. As far as I know, green no longer exists, Wikipedia says was. We used to have blue, green, and red in shards. Yeah. Muck does not approve giving things to the little ones. No, it's just like, the guy, alright, the guy's level 5, and he already has 500 gold and a legendary. He's not gonna have anything to work toward. Dude, I'll be real with you, like, if I start playing a new game, and someone is just like, come on, hit this, isn't this fun here, I'm gonna give you a full set of gear, stuff like that, I always get bored. And I know that might sound weird to some of you, but if like, I join a game and someone just hands me everything I could ever need, like, I get bored so fast. It's like, there's nothing to do. Now, I don't speak for everyone, that's just how my brain works, but I'm just like, yo, dude, there's nothing left. I'm already God mode. There's nothing left. But, you know, if he's having fun, that's what's important. That's what happened when Soda Poppin' played, people ran him off. Yeah, it depends on the person. You know, there's folks with how I feel, and then there's folks on the other side. That's fine. Alright, cool. Chat, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am out of time. I've got some stuff to do. We streamed 14 hours yesterday, so I'm very behind on just life stuff. I need to catch up on some tasks. And I will be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream later tonight. Usual plugs. If you're new here, please hit the follow button on Twitch. Subscribe on the YouTubes. There's links to both my YouTube channels. I have 2. Give both of them some love. They're in the chat right now. And a very special thank you to our patrons. They keep this channel alive. Couldn't do it without them. And there's a link to that if you'd like to be a supporter. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will be back in 5 hours for the NA. I mean, I'll be on the NA servers, but yeah, you're all welcome. Even the Europeans are allowed to join. I'll be back on the NA servers of Guild Wars 2. And because there's a lot of people AFK farming drops right now, I'm going to find someone to raid. Oh boy. Oh boy. So dude, I just, I didn't realize how many people we had. There's so many of you. Okay, so whoever we raid is probably going to get the biggest raid they've ever had in their life. So who do we raid? Fandrel's good people. We could probably stunlock Fandrel. He's good people. Alright, we'll drop in on him. It looks like, what is he doing right now? I can't even tell what he's doing right now. He's got a browser open. Fandrel's good people, though. He does a lot of raids and stuff like that. We'll drop in on him. If you like him, hit follow. If not, that's fine, too. We all like different things. Just be nice. I'll see you guys over there. Have a good rest of your day. I'll be back tonight.
You can see for me would cost 370 to 300.